So one assumes you've dried out.
Yes. Well, I say that. I fired up the Mac Studio, and I went, like that, walked away, and nothing happened. And I went,
Hang on, Alexa, lights blue.
Okay.
Alexa, make me a coffee.
Ooh, don't do that. What's going on?
So, as Chris was saying, Moog acquisitions. Huh? Have you seen Michelle's statement?
Yes.
I haven't. What did she say? Was she? What side of the fence has she fallen? Shall we say?
I would say neither. But there's a definite lean.
Okay.
I don't want to put words in her mouth. I was going to try and reach out to her, and then she posted that, and I thought, oh, okay, I think I was just going to send her a message saying, any comment? And then she posted that, and I thought, no, I think that pretty much
Covers it. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh dear.
No. I mean, she's like said, this is a new chapter, and I wish them the best of luck and all this kind of stuff. And just to reiterate, there is no connection between us and them.
Yeah.
It's
just that in most history, the last time there was an acquisition, it didn't go well.
No. Well, as Mark Doty so carefully pointed out, Moog Music has never been sold before. Because it wasn't Moog Music, it was R.A. Moog, or it was...
Well, yeah.
But yeah, that's splitting hairs, isn't it? I mean, but they never do. These things never do seem to go well, and I just hope that it works out for all concerned. I mean, I'm no fan of Jack O'Donnell because I've heard, I was around at Alesis, albeit more on the periphery than anything. After O'Donnell took over, well, no, it was probably around the same time he took over Akai. So he took over, basically bought for £1 sort of thing. That's what he does. Yeah. He'll buy something at the lowest possible price and do something with it, whether it's exactly what the customers want. As John Bicker was pointing out, a lot of the brands that he's acquired, he's made them successful businesses, but that doesn't mean that they're, in the interests of the musicians that we use. Elise is now basically an e-drum company who do a few cheap, nasty controllers. Before that, yes, I know they're hemorrhaging tons of money. The A6. Was pretty much killed them, and then the Fusion. I mean, that was a massive misstep. But that was after he took them over. Yeah. There's a video, and I'm desperately trying to find it, but I can't. There is a video, or was a video, at the time that he took over and bought out what was left of Akai. And he's in a room with 3 or 4 hip-hop guys who I have no idea, nobody that well known, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't know who instigated that video, whether it was them or whether it was him or whether it was a bit of both. But they were like, they got him dressed up in one of these big Mac Daddy coats with chains and all, and he was loving it. I mean, O'Donnell was in his element, but it was vomit-inducing. And I think the reason I can't find it is probably somebody with some sense pulled it. But if you wanted a measure of the man outside of a business meeting, there was one. But look, I spoke to some authoritative people at Superbooth who told us what was going on, but we didn't know who it was, or nobody. I think nobody really knew then.
Yeah.
Who it was. They were courting. Let's just say that Moog Music had been courting a number of suitors.
Oh, okay.
Some would have been interesting, maybe even more confidence boosting. Many were less so, but they were going on dates and courting suitors, and here's the one that they seem to have landed on. So what can you say? I mean, I spoke to somebody who works at Moog Music today.
Yeah.
And off the record, obviously I'm not going to divulge my sources, but off the record,
Of course not. Sir.
they basically said everything that in that statement is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
That part of the deal was that design, engineering, manufacturing would all remain in Asheville. And I trust that person implicitly. Now, whether that always will be the case, who knows?
Yeah, well.
But this person, what do they say in the American press? Known to they use a term, don't they, in the American press when they're talking about their sources, their anonymous sources. Familiar with the situation, whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
This individual is very much so, and.
Did you hear the rapper from downstairs? Come here. Go up and say hi.
Nelly with the super ears.
Do you know what amazes me, right? I just impromptu, I thought, right, because everything got absolutely soaked. Long story, I'll tell everybody in a minute.
I see the slate's running.
The slate is running. But when I first turned it on, it was like, flicker, flicker, blah, like this. I went, oh no! Right? And then I went, oh, hang on a minute. Pulled it back and fiddled with the HDMI. And it went, blink. Like that. Oh, yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, this is what amazes me. I thought I'll test Opera because we know what happened the last 2 years.
Yes, and it's not happening now.
No, it's not happening now, and everything is set as it always was. So I thought, right, okay, cool. I thought, right, this is working, that's working. And I thought, right, I'll fire up SteamYard and have a look and set up a little test thing and see what's happening. I'm going, cool, but I don't know what's the quality of stuff going out because we've already known, like with the echo that I was getting on PSN on Friday that nobody else was hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, I'll just start up an impromptu little show thing, inverted commas. And honest to God, the people in the chat, right? Do you sit in a cupboard waiting and then go, oh, there's something on, let's go and watch it? Because I fired it up, it was like, bink, hello, bink, hello, hello. They're just sitting there waiting.
I didn't get it because I've just finished doing an interview with this guy, the guy who wrote this, which is brilliant. Go out and get this book if you're into electronic. It's huge. You could kill something with it. But I just interviewed the author, who's also he's not the manager for Erasure, but he runs their office. They manage themselves. He runs their office.
Okay, yeah.
So you can imagine the questions I was asking him.
To management,
yes,
as it were.
But I have already lodged questions about possible guests.
Yeah, well, we all do that all the time, don't we? But you know as well as I do, it's 3 coins in a fucking fountain, isn't it?
Exactly, especially now because they're all working again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I didn't. I can't remember. I just clicked on YouTube because I think I was inspired to go and look at something after my conversation with Richard, and there it was in the middle of my screen. I thought, oh, pub.
No, okay.
So then I had to go and put some clothes on because because it's hot.
Because you do all your best work naked.
Well, I do. Yes, obviously I wasn't naked on the interview, but I had stripped off, and then I had to go upstairs and get my fucking clothes again. Jesus.
Good grief.
So at least I got the fan on there because I couldn't have the fan on while I was doing the interview because that all bleeds in.
Yeah. Well, should we let everybody else in on the story?
Oh, go on then.
Yesterday, I'm working in the workshop with Fiona, who is in the process of calibrating a ETI 3600.
As most wives do.
As most wives do. And she's printed off all the manual that she found. And doing the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thunder, crackle, crackle.
No,
Oh, look,
yeah.
it looks like it's going by. And it didn't. The last minute it went, turned left and come at us. And it absolutely fucking pelted it down. And it was like, at times, almost horizontal rain.
Mm.
A little bit of twitches. Little small rocks. A fucking hail. As well. It all passes, and then I go, did I leave both of the windows open in the studio? So I came up into the studio, and there was a river of water running off the desk here, and everything was completely soaking in water. So I've had a brand new Mac Studio opened up on its arse, on the lawn, in the broad sunlight, drying out, along with audio interfaces, monitors and things. And so far, nothing's burst into flames. So, apart from that little fright with the Slate Raven.
Dear, oh dear.
But it was the fucking... What was the joke?
HDMI.
What was the Yoda joke? I can't remember it was a Yoda joke, wasn't it? It was sort of
The only Yoda joke I know is the one about the woman who entered a contest to win a free Toyota, but actually it was a free toy Yoda. And that's apparently, I don't know how true that is, but yeah.
you just want it to be, don't you?
Yeah.
No, it's something about Yoda says something about you know, I saw myself in an IMAX cinema yesterday, and Luke goes, what was it like? He says, well, picture brilliant it was, and all that sort of thing, right? And he goes, how do you know? Because HD, was it? HDMI. Did I say that was a joke? I probably shouldn't have done.
Yeah. My favourite Star Wars joke has always been the one you can tell at Christmas. Darth Vader goes up to Luke and says, I know what you're getting for Christmas. And Luke says, how do you know? He says, I have felt your presence.
Do you think we'll ever get on Dead Ringers?
No.
No. I didn't think of that.
By the way, I found, because I've just seen him pop up in the chat, I found Ollie's shop.
Oh, good man.
And so
I'm starting a trend.
I'm going to buy the T-shirt, but the thing is, the purple one does seem to be the best colour. I was going to go for the pink one because I thought, hey, you know, only real men can wear pink, but they don't do the pink in the 4XL. And I don't want a white one because that's always just going to get dirty. You know that you're going to spill something down the white shirt.
And I've
got so many black shirts, and I thought, yeah, maybe the blue or the red. I'm not sure, blue or red.
Mm. Red.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I haven't got any red T-shirts. I need some colour in my life. I think I'll go for the red one. Because that one is available in 5X now. I'll just stick with the 4XL.
The only red T-shirt I've got is my Star Trek one.
Oh, yeah.
I might not get out of this alive.
Yeah. What's that? That's black, isn't it? Blimey, the blue one goes up. What is XT? What's 4XT? Jesus. Oh, hang on. No, that's a bit.
That's a car cover, isn't it?
4XL's 30.1.
BJ's there. The BG's there. He'd be able to tell it, wouldn't he?
XT. Is it? Oh, I don't know. Tailored? Or maybe it's a tailored fit as opposed to a baggy fit. I don't know. Because a 4XT is the same size width-wise and... Oh, no, it's longer. It's longer. That's what it is.
Oh, night shirty thing like Fiona.
Yeah.
She's always getting T-shirts in whatnotty.
Yeah. No, so, yeah, I'm going to order me one of them.
Hey!
Even then.
That'll be my
sir.
Father's Day present to myself.
Extraterrestrial.
Oh, Baldy!
Oh,
Although it
fucking
looks like-
don't. It's been peeling.
Oh.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Secretly,
not
you're an orange, aren't you?
fucking hell. Mate, too hot. Can't cope with this
Has
shit.
been rather warm.
Yeah.
It's been a bit.
We can't open the windows here unless the cats are locked up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it gets a bit stuffy.
Yeah, well, I've been in the workshop all day with my air conditioning on. So.
Oh, you finally got it running this year. You
Yeah,
remember?
fuck it. It wasn't going to.
Yeah.
That would have been probably the best place to put your equipment in there. Just close the door and leave the air cover on because it would just
Yeah.
extract all the
I'll
moisture.
tell you what, I bought these, you pop them in the microwave silicone bags.
Oh,
I got
yes.
them for the Mustang
Yeah.
because there was a swimming pool in the back of the fucking Mustang over the winter. And what was up here, I think I have about 6 of them, and I placed them around. And yeah, the place was like dry as a bone within about 2 hours. It's brilliant. Popped them back in them. Yeah, I did like lay them on circuit boards as well. So we had stuff all over the fucking lawn, open, exposed to the sun, drying out. So, although the Behringer didn't fire up, I got
Great loss.
a Behringer pre-mic valve amp thing,
Okay.
preamp thing, and it didn't fire up. And I went, like you, I went, yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? And then later on, I went, oh, I forgot to plug it in.
Does help.
But everything that I really desperately needed to fire up again did. And of course, the trick is, if something does get soaked in water, just don't turn it on. It'll be fine. More so if it's digital, because it works on low voltages.
Yeah.
And if it's soaking wet and you turn it on, it won't work. But it won't necessarily kill it either. It's just all
I'm just
data
trying to get
lines
Ben
and
to
stuff
come
all
in.
crossed over. Yeah, that'd be cool. I haven't seen him for a while.
So if he hasn't fallen asleep again.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Well, like I said, if he's doing that, could very well be sleep apnea. So go and get that checked out.
Yeah, but sometimes I fall asleep and wake up choking. I've swallowed my own spit or something stupid.
Oh, well,
It's
I
my
shan't go
missus
there.
does that all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Chokes.
Mind
me.
you, I mean, there has been times when I've woken up choking. It's been Fiona with her hands around my neck.
I wondered where you were going with that, but so it's not. Yeah.
I bloody tack the word neck on the end of that sentence.
Yeah, it's true. We haven't seen Rob for a while either.
No, we haven't.
Native.
Hmm?
Native.
Yeah, haven't seen her. He hasn't not been about for a little
Oh
while.
Jesus! He's not even got a computer set up with a webcam.
Oh, for God's sake.
His laptop's in the van as well, the gigging van. So he's a mess, isn't he? that
So it
bloke?
wasn't looking good for this Friday either, was it?
No, he won't be.
Oh no, he said he
July.
wasn't. You know, he said he wasn't. Yeah.
All set for the weekend then, Rob?
Oh yeah, sorry. I had to think what am I doing this week? Yeah. I had a bit of a panic yesterday. Actually, I had a bit of a panic because
No, everybody's got to see that.
what's that?
It normally puts it to sleep.
Well, it's half the fun, isn't it?
But yeah.
So we're going down on the train because we thought, fuck it, at least I can drink. I ain't got to worry about parking in London and all that kind of stuff for 3 days. I don't fancy leaving my motor in Newbury Park for an evening, yeah, but for 3 nights, nah. So
Yeah, it's got Nick Me written all over it, isn't it?
It has. So we're going down by train, and the last train home leaves Stratford International at 23:38. So Stratford International is at the beginning of the Jubilee line? Anyway, yeah. So you jump up North Greenwich out of the O2 and you just go straight up to the end, which is Stratford, and then you up some stairs, get on the train and go. However, the O2 can't tell me when the Peter Gabriel gig finishes on Monday. So I'm a little bit like, because if I miss that train, there's nothing else until 5:30, 6 o'clock the next morning. I do not fancy. I've done it before. I've slept on railway station. I suppose the weather's pretty okay, but I don't fancy doing it, especially with the wife. So I was panicking, thinking, do I now change my mind and drive? Can't get a refund on the train tickets. That's a bit of a pain. So my contingency plan now is that if I miss that one, there's still local trains that go from Stratford as far as Colchester, and Colchester's a lot closer to home than London is. So in the event that I do miss the train, I can get to Colchester and then just get a flipping taxi or an Uber.
Yeah.
Which will be expensive because it'll be gone midnight, but at least we'll get home. So, but hopefully we won't have to worry about it. But the problem is, because we're going for the weekend, we're taking the suitcase, and they've got luggage storage at the O2, but it's like over there, and you've got to get out of the O2 first, which is 20,000 people exiting an arena.
Yeah.
Then you've got to get over to the luggage thing and get in the queue for that, and then you've got to get that, and then you've got to go all the way to the station and then onto the tube, along with however many thousand other people. And I don't want to walk out of the show early. Not at the fucking prices he was charging.
Yeah.
So
You
stop
walking on hands. He's fallen down.
Oh.
Probably tired from all that touring.
Yes. Neil said he's going to see him tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. It'd be funny with he goes to everybody clapping, curtains open, this cardboard cutout comes on, starts going, conducting the orchestra. Where's he seeing him at?
O2.
O2. Ideally, we'll see him at the Albert Hall. Because then when they do Interstellar, they can use the organ.
Yes.
I forget her name. I forget the name of the organist at the...
Oh, yes, I've seen her before. She's dead good.
Yeah, she's good. She is.
She's
good laugh.
very good.
But I know he's done the O2 Albert Hall a few times. But I think it was Robert. Was it Robert was saying, he said, but the sound at Royal Albert Hall is pretty shat.
Really?
No, it was Ty. It was Ty.
It's never been my experience. The sound at the Albert Hall is usually better than pretty much anything.
If you have a orchestra and you're listening to just an orchestra, apparently it's delicious. Because that's what it was designed for.
Well, yeah.
But as soon as you get speaker stacks and you start using, other frequencies with electronic music and stuff like that, it can get a bit jarring, apparently.
I've seen Stephen Wilson there at least 3 times. And I think at least 2 of those were in quad. And it sounded flipping amazing. So I've always thought that the Albert Hall was like the dog's leathery bits. The O2, and that's a pile of shite in terms of acoustics. But what are you going to do? Wembley Arena's pretty nice. I haven't been there for a while.
The worst one I've ever been to was Earl's Court.
Yeah, well, it's just big and cavernous, isn't it? Or was.
Horrible that was.
I sort of take
you wouldn't be the first person who'd done that. I mean, anybody who's gone to see the Spice Girls, it's exactly the same thing, really.
What? Cavernous?
No, watching cutouts. Cavernous. Yeah.
I had to go and see Take That. When I say had to, I had to. It wasn't my choice. But my mum wouldn't let my sister go unless she was chaperoned, so she phoned me up and said, "Will you take me and my friend to see Take That?" I'm like, "Oh God, I got." So in the end, I had to chaperone her and her friend. She was only whatever, 14 at the time or something, and it was horrible. Not only because the sound was awful, because it was this big fucking place, but the fact that there was like 50,000 prepubescent girls going,
And you.
and me, yeah. That was the night that they did the infamous Nirvana cover version, which you can go and see on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
This was after Robbie left. 4 members of Take That. They did Smells Like Teen Spirit, and they all played the instruments.
Oh, God, it must have sounded like dog shit. And smelt like it as well.
It was odd. I think all of us kind of like elder people in the room were looking at each other.
Yeah.
They were lapping up. The girls were lapping up. Who, honestly, they could have sung the Bible.
Oh,
from,
they could have
from
stuck the
back to
microphone
front.
down their trousers and just farted for 5 minutes, and they
So,
they weren't even in tune.
no. But no, so I'm travelling down Saturday, and then we're seeing Pet Shop Boys at Wembley. And then Sunday, we're meeting up with Edna's Disco Machine and his lovely other half, and having lunch by the Thames. Going shopping. Jackie wants to go at Camden. I want to go and do a bit of like, kind of not touristy sightseeing, but I want to go and see. I want to go to Shad Thames.
Thank
I've
you.
never been to.
That was it.
What's it? What?
Anna Lepwood.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go and see Shad Thames because I've never been there, and yet it features in like all the great British gangster movies, and any kind of historical recreation of drama about London in the 18th century, and also is in loads of 80s pop videos as well. And it's like where they got 2 warehouses. It's if you go across Tower Bridge and hang a left on the south bank, it's like 2 warehouse buildings. One's against the waterfront, then there's a street, but a narrow street, and then there's another one, and then connecting them, they've got all of these walkways, but they're all at jaunty angles, and some go up and some go down, and it's an amazing piece of architecture. Of course, it's all been gentrified and turned into flats.
I grew up around there, mate.
There you go. So
And
you know what it's like. And
I'll go through my ancestry. 400 years ago, one of my ancestors is listed as living at Shad Thames.
oh, well, there you go. Yeah. And then next to Shad Thames, there's one of the outlets off the Thames, and I think it's I can't remember what it's called now. But again, it's one of those places where all of the warehouse buildings were just literally right by the water's edge, and you've got this narrow channel which things would come up and go down from the docks. But it's always been used in movies and pop videos, and the one I remember most is in Jubilee, Derek Jarman's punk film. Toya and what's her face, Jenny Runacre, and that throw a body wrapped up in bin bags into the silt of this thing, and it's all grim and grey and proper 18th century industrial, and I love it. I love that sort of thing. Jackie's gonna fucking hate it, but that's why I'm letting her go up Camden. So yeah, so that should be a good weekend, and then back at 3 o'clock on Monday, and then I've just been given my appointment for my laser on my eyes.
Oh, not for $1 million.
I thought you were going to be playing your fucking DX like that.
Yeah. Now, they said the procedure's only like 15 minutes or something, but you have to stay there for an hour or so they have to check the pressure of the eyeball and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah. So it's all happening. And the boiler service tomorrow.
Is that slang?
No, actually can't. They were supposed to call and let me know what time.
Darling, fancy your boiler service?
Never works.
No. No, I had a man in yesterday.
Dookie?
Yeah, like it was like, what? Die.
Dear me.
Oh,
Well,
I
if you're
spoke to
doing
Spearsy today.
Sorry.
I spoke to Spearsy today.
Yeah.
Good man. He's all right. He's all right. He's
Yeah.
doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I have to say my Facebook inbox was pinging after I posted that picture.
Mm. Yeah. New thread.
Yes.
Come on.
Are you doing a show Saturday? Because if you are, I'm going to fucking come in from Depeche Mode.
Oh, okay.
And I'll come in from the Pet Shop Boys.
With his
Fight,
jacket
fight,
fucking
fight.
Harry Hill. Oh, fucking hell.
No, Ty's not involved with it. He did go to see him at some venue, and I think he went backstage and got to see everybody again. Because they're talking about this orchestrated too. Still, hopefully something will happen. I don't know if Ty's really into doing any work as such at the moment anyway. I think he's enjoying his freedom, as it were.
Well, he's been busy elsewhere, hasn't he?
Yeah, but because I mean, when he works, oi, does he work?
Yeah, right now
You
he's
know.
got a plank tied to the back of his arse, hasn't he?
Yeah, so
Who can blame him?
yeah. So yes, so there's a few little irons in the fire at the moment here with some bits and pieces. I've got a chappie. He's coming down from, where is it now? I forget the name of the place. Oh, the name of the place doesn't. It's immaterial. But anyway, this chappie who is a coder, and he's basically
Computer coder or musical coder? Sorry.
no, a hair coder.
I didn't mean to do that one, honestly.
Okay, yeah, because that one doesn't go with it. Camelot. No. No, he's a
fat in your general direction.
no. He specialises in code and that, and we've had a few preliminary sort of like Skypes about him getting involved with me in terms of developing some shit. So, and I thought, shall I? So I put it to him. I sent him all the links and everything, and he went and had a look at the anaglyph. I said, right, that, but digital, and preferably under £30 million. And he goes, well, a lot of that we could do with, digitally rather than do it the expensive analog way. Okay. So we'll see what develops.
So it might be happening then.
Well, Fiona took me to one side and she said, if you are going to do this, fucking crowdfund it this time, okay? Leave your credit card in your wallet, you soppy git. Wait, yes, darling. Yes, darling. Can you get off my foot now? And, yeah, so, yeah, something might happen. It might as well, because, fuck me, it could be dead tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Fuck it.
This is true. This is very true.
If you're going to do something, do it. I
Yeah.
highly recommend it. Because you never know. And based on recent events in our circle, it makes sense to, get off your fucking arse and go and do something that you want to do now.
Yeah. Why don't you just switch off your television set and go and do
Go and
something
do something
less
else
boring
instead.
instead?
Yes.
Only the Brits will get that one.
Yeah.
So who else has downloaded the thousand
Yes,
oscillator
culture.
synth?
It was for the best. It was for the
Not
best.
yet.
I personally hadn't thought about it, but it was put to me that it would be a good idea
Oh,
to
yes. Yeah.
So I did. Because it's just not worth the shit. Is it? No. So.
Anyway, yes. 1000 oscillator synth. Have you downloaded it? Have you tried it?
No,
have
I
you,
haven't downloaded.
so you've got the perfect machine for it.
Oh, have I? So where is it then? What
Your
am I?
website.
What am I looking for here? Let's do this live on the air.
Yeah, you
So-
fuckers. Talking about Mac Studios and shit, I'm fucking looking at an M2 Mini now. Sods.
Good man.
Well-
so then get the link.
Do you know, Rob, when was it I messaged you about fucking Spitfire going tits up on my PC? A week ago?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, about a week ago, yeah.
Got it sorted yesterday.
Oh fuck me.
Fucking hell, what a ball ache.
What is
Something
it? Where's-
wrong when I tried to put Uleum pipes, or whatever the fuck it's called, into the PC, and it just shit itself. I had to get rid of everything.
Don't say it was one I did. Don't say it was one I did.
What?
Oh, I just typed in the 1000 oscillator synth, and it's come up with CS80s on eBay. I'm not quite
I've
sure.
just put the link in the YouTube chat.
Okay,
Oh.
good man. I'll do that. Oh, it's UK. It's UK. Controls. Oh, doesn't seem to say anything about that. Questions, contact, blah blah blah. The incredible keyboard was recently serviced by our go-to technician. Didn't mention any names. Thank fuck for that.
Gack.
Yeah.
I straight away.
Yeah, because every time a CS80 comes up for sale, my phone rings off the fucking wall.
Was it you?
Yeah, is it one you did? I go,
What?
I don't know. I've done billions of them. So it doesn't say, so that's cool.
But it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, not really. Right. Oh, is that? I can't click on it. How do you? It just goes
Yeah,
show. You'll have
Hang
to
on.
put it into the
I'll put it into
private.
the private.
Highlight it and then.
No, as soon as the mouse goes anywhere near it, it blues out and goes show. Because I'm hosting. I think that
Yeah,
might
you
be
can't-
what that.
yeah.
And click on that. Oh, here we go. Right.
So you can download it for free
Right.
and run it in demo mode for 10 minutes before it then cuts out. So I had to sort of go in 2 or 3 times just to make sure. And I had it running on this, which is just an M1 8 gig. And
Mate, it's €20.
yeah, I know.
Fuck it.
But it's. I thought, I'm not going to like this because it's 1,000 oscillators.
Hmm.
And they've done it very cleverly. So you've got these 10 sections to the synth, and then there's 5 engines with 20 oscillators in each engine. And then
Right.
obviously multiply that by 10, you get 1,000. You can also record the output and then play it back and overdub it with another 1,000 oscillators, should your system be capable of handling.
Oh, okay.
And you tune the oscillators. Each group of 20 oscillators can be tuned from D0, whatever it is, right up through to whatever. You can set the waveforms. You can apply modulation. It's got a nice reverb on there. It's really just for creating drone effects type thing. But you can also do it in surround sound and quad, so you can place the sounds in various ways. For 20 quid, well, it's less than 20 quid. It's a whole lot of fun, if that's your thing.
Yeah, I see.
Obviously, we'll talk about it on Friday. But
Yeah. All right, so now I've got to go to my email.
So what? Yeah. Speaking of talking about on Friday, you're going to be talking about this fucking takeover or buyout of Mode.
of course we are. Yeah,
It would be the elephant in the room.
probably be the first thing we talk about, I guess. Currently on the list of topics for this Friday, we've got that. I've got something I can't talk about until tomorrow,
Oh,
but that's
Native,
quite interesting.
Native just popped up.
Who, what, where?
Roberts just popped up.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there you go.
What else have we
He
got?
wasn't in prison like we thought he was.
He's been strapped in a fucking dungeon somewhere, hasn't he?
Yeah, with a couple of
Making
cameras
more
pointing at
video.
him. Yeah.
That was his OnlyFans thing, wasn't it?
Ty's coming up as well, isn't he? Friday.
Yeah, it'll be us two, Ty, and Long Schlong
Long prom.
him as well.
Sounds quite painful, actually. But no, I honestly, that is my email address. I don't know why you said, no, that's not your email address. It fucking is, and it has been for like 30 years. What the fuck are you talking about? Let's try that again, shall we? But this time, with fearing.
Oh, you got it. Nice one,
Yes.
Ollie.
I don't believe it. I spelled it. Cunt undersprung schlong. I have this habit of typing what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Fuck's sake. Hang on. Let's try that again, shall we?
Ollie bought that CSO one that he was looking at.
Did you see Ian's video today?
Oh, with his little toy.
Oh, God.
It's just that video. I could feel his pain. You know, it's not working. It's not working. You're live on stage. It's not fucking working. Oh, here he is. Look. Boom in the room.
Hello.
Escaped from a concrete prison.
Can you look at your email for a code for me, please, darling?
What you bought now, you bastard?
He's going to come up and eat him. You watch.
It's so I
Only
can
he'll
get.
hear the screams because of all those panels on his wall.
It's so I can get into my Hotmail because I haven't set it up on this Mac yet.
Oh, dear.
Oh yeah,
Are
Kate.
you taking an enormous dump? Oh, okay. All right. Well, when you're done, I have just told. Well, mind you, the world is kind of pushing it a bit. I told a small circle of friends.
33 people.
Yeah. You're famous now.
For taking a dump.
Somebody was asking about the other night's show because it's not on
It's
YouTube.
not on there. No.
No, it's pulled.
What have
Oh.
I missed?
What happened?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing happened. Nothing was said.
Never said anything to anyone.
Good to know it wasn't just Ty walking around naked again.
No.
That we'd have kept.
Yeah, absolutely. Screenshot it, for Christ's sake.
Oh, who did you upset?
We'll use it as the opening credits for PSN. in a loop.
Oh. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
So you pulled it or YouTube did?
Oh, I did. No, YouTube aren't watching what we're doing.
No, that's true.
They don't give a fuck what we're doing, man.
We were far too busy watching the Pro Network.
Yeah.
In case there's an Apple video.
Yeah, unless something is
Exactly.
said there that shouldn't be.
The Andromeda's gone.
No, the Andromeda's over there.
Moved.
I moved.
Yeah.
The Andromeda's vertical.
Seriously, I really don't think. I don't think he's shown any commitment.
Unlike
to
Robert, who's
selling
been
that at all.
horizontal for the past 2 weeks with cameras pointing at him. No?
Oh, I wish.
Yeah, well, we all do.
I should really be horizontal.
No, don't delete the pubs afterwards. Only the last one I did, because it would just be easier.
What, the one that was on Sunday.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, I'm fucking annoyed now. I want to know what I missed.
Well, it actually didn't really miss much. The conversation went down a particular road, and it's a very thorny road,
Oh,
and
Oh,
it doesn't
oh,
matter how.
Sasquatch wasn't even there.
Well, I mean, you go down a thorny road. There's the possibility of people, feelings being hurt, even though it would not be intentional. But that's it's like so. Just even Robbie said, nah, I don't know. It's not worth it. Lose it. So we lost it.
right.
So, but it's not. Well, I mean, look what happened to Christian from Spitfire.
Well, that was maybe more his afterwards.
Mm. Oh yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's all a mixture
Yeah,
of everything,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, but obviously there is the easy of make a statement and then comment on it afterwards, whereas just removing and not commenting, and then 3 months later the decision to, rather than comment on anyway, just leave,
Hmm.
is quite different.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, at the end, I mean, sometimes it's good to talk about, thorny subjects. Hi, darling.
Like pruning your rosebush.
Yeah.
Nice dump.
Robbie asked if it was a smooth transition. What do you mean? What's that about?
Dropping off
Oh.
the kids.
You nicked the bedroom light.
Yes, I've nicked the bedroom light. I bought it. Fuck you. Fuck off. Go on.
That's not she brings the laptop on the internet. Fuck off.
You just gotta leave me with a laptop, though. Where is it then? Oh, is it that one there?
Oh, yeah. Ken's just
Okay.
getting erected in the background.
What are you doing now, baby? 7, 6, 2,
Erecting. Oh, look, something else has fallen off.
2, 3. Are you going to do some more to the D3? Who went for D3?
I sunk your battleship.
Yeah, you win a prize.
Are you going to do some more to the what?
To the everybody.
Oh.
To the Macklin. The ETI. You sure this is the one that came in just now?
I'm waiting for a chip, aren't
Yeah, but it'll be here tomorrow morning.
I? In that case.
All right, Baba. Because I don't think we'll go down the Fairlight route.
No. No, not those creaky old fairlight things. It's shite.
I think that was for your benefit, Rob.
Controversial.
No,
Is this
she's
the
not
one
wrong.
that came in just
She's
now,
not wrong.
darling?
It's the top one, I guess.
Oh, it's gone. It's gone blank.
Oh, you did. Oh, sorry. It's a PC.
Yeah,
It's
look.
not an Apple.
Screen don't
Oh,
work.
didn't,
I use
didn't.
using finger. Screen not work.
You have to look for the date.
Oh, dear.
4 hours ago.
I didn't do it 4 hours ago.
Well, in that case, what's that say?
2 hours ago.
Well, there
5
you
minutes
go.
ago. It's the one.
There
At,
you go.
it's the one at the
Watching a live
bottom.
Carry on film, isn't it?
Oh my God's sake! Why is it the one at the second bottom? Right,
By the way,
yeah.
you won't get your code for 24 to 48 hours.
Really?
Yeah, I've just bought it as well.
Oh, okay.
What did you just buy?
The 1000 oscillator synth.
Robert, you look knackered, man.
I thought I more sound like it. Yeah, the weekend. Last week being at a trade show, doing a standard drum exchange, and then busy weekend, working too long, and feeling like complete shit.
Not good.
It's great. It's great fun.
It's
And
cold, isn't it?
then
Sounds convincing.
had no water since 9 a.m. yesterday.
Oh,
That's not healthy.
Until like sometime middle of today, which has been highly exciting.
oops.
So yeah, what more could you wish for?
Indeed.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's try again. Code's not working. Why did I upgrade computers again?
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait for that then.
It still works though, doesn't it? Anyway.
For 10 minutes.
Okay, so we get 10
And then
minutes.
it just craps out and says, you must buy me or start the application again.
The hell is at Ho7?
At hose.
Ho7mail.com. What?
Oh,
That's just weird.
I finally got Chromophone
Oh yeah.
today. The AAS
fucking hell.
modelling plugin. That's rather good. Quite like that. Andrew Longhurst mentioning me in.
Oh, I'm completely at a loss now. Okay. That's weird.
Rob, Ike Sorb is asking how the DX1 is.
Absolutely no different. So I haven't had a chance to get in there yet.
What have you done to it?
I've done nothing to it. It's just
It's being used too much.
yeah,
Hello, happy dog.
it's exhibiting power issues again. So I just need to open it up, get the distribution board out, make sure there's no dry joints or anything in that, and then make sure all the connections are all okay, and it should be alright. It's just finding half a day to spend some time with it. I've got to get it done because I want to take it to Cambridge.
Well, instead of a Fairlight.
Oh yeah, I'm not taking the Fairlights this year. No Fairlights this year at all, anywhere. Mainly because they're buried in the back of the garage. But
What a problem.
well, indeed. Now, if I can't take the DX1, it's not a massive problem. Be nice, but
When is it again? August or?
what, the one in Cambridge?
Yeah, synthesize. Is it August?
1st and 2nd of July.
July.
So
Oh, that's soon.
a couple of weeks away.
Oh yeah, Synth DIY is a month after.
Yeah. Yeah, because I want to do like a dry run really for Synthfest. So
What you're planning to take the full DX Studio system?
I can't talk too much until they've properly announced it, but yeah, it's
Well,
This
I mean,
laptop's going to go through fucking window.
there will be something. I don't think the DX1's going to make it to Synthfest.
oh, sad. But how else are you
Yeah.
going to control your QX1 apart from a DX1? You'd have to use a KX88. That would be terrible.
Well, they're both fucking heavy and large, but
Well,
I don't know. Yes. Where's he gone now?
He can't get that thing to log into his.
Oh right, yeah. I think I'm going to get a drink. Been trying to figure out I had a bit of an IBS flare up this last week or so. I'm trying to figure out what it is. It's not alcohol.
Have you been checked for celiac?
I'm not sure.
Because that involves down the throat and biopsies and shit. Cameras.
Oh no, I haven't done that then.
Might be worth looking into that. Might be worth because that it can be like IBS because my other half's middle one is
Yeah.
heavily celiac. I mean, like you go near because he's got a section of worktop in her kitchen that he has to have just for him because anything goes near it that's got gluten in it, he's fucked.
Right.
he's bang in trouble. And it really does present with him like that. So, Longhurst is in the chat. Yeah, so it might be worth having a chat with somebody.
I haven't had a bout for ages and ages, and then it kind of kicked in Sunday before last. And sometimes it's worse than others, but it just seems to be. It's like today. I felt a little bit this morning, and then I took one of my tablets, and that nixed it, and it's been okay pretty much since. But no, I'll if it carries on much longer, I'll just go and see the doctor and get things checked out.
Just mention it. Just mention it.
Well, that was what was causing me all these problems a few years ago, and I thought it was something a lot worse, and thankfully it wasn't. But they only established that.
I was looked into that as well.
Yeah. They only established that after shoving all sorts of things up my jacksie and all that shit. Literally.
Yeah, cameras both ends aren't fun, are they?
No. Especially when they meet in the middle.
Well, yeah.
It's really annoying when my proctologist complains about my tonsils.
Hey, you know something.
Who the fuck's your proctologist? Pat Jennings. His finger's about 4 feet long.
No, don't worry, Sarah. It's quite normal to get an erection when having the prostate checked. Well, I haven't got an erection, but I have. So Rick Wakeman, wasn't it?
Yeah. Love it. Oh, somebody got a motorbike for their birthday. Fucking hell.
Says the man with a Mustang on his drive.
Yeah, but I'm not revving the shit out of it up the road, am I?
True.
To be fair. What's she done with the... Where'd she hide everything on this? Incoming. Answer that.
Yvonne calling.
Who's at the door?
Putin's still going. Hasn't been found dead in a skip yet. Right.
Where did that go then? Oh, there.
This is asking us about DX7.
No. No.
What is it?
What is it? Is it a real kalimba?
It's chromophone.
Oh.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
It's right up my street, this. Right, Mr. Longschlong?
I'm very.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely, laddie. Hey.
Yeah. I'll stop saying yeah and I in a minute.
Eventually.
Eventually. There we go.
A nice A for you. Play that and go.
Hey.
A.
Hey,
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 calm
hey,
down, calm down.
hey, Lecky, doing the Lecky race.
Where's your lovely microphone?
In my bottom, I'm checking for celiacs.
Oh, okay. You found any?
No, but I found the condenser doesn't help.
Oh,
Have you considered
Well,
applying phantom power?
when I say it doesn't help,
Give it 48
Yeah.
volts, that's where you get on.
hi Robert.
Hello.
Very impressed with this.
Often you get to come on the internet and play with yourself, is it?
huh?
It's not often you get to go on with two men playing with yourself.
Yeah.
Four.
Well, that's very Hans Zimmer.
Look at the name. Look at the name. For
Okay,
you, Matt.
I saw it and I didn't work it out.
Are you alright down there, little ones?
Oh, shit. Fucking hell.
Spooka Buble.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What was that thing I saw the other day, wasn't it? Oh, it was a photograph of this guy on his bike, and on the back of his shirt it said, vegan cyclist. He goes, when being just a cyclist wasn't being a cunt enough.
How terrible. How terrible. Temporal.
Temporal.
Yes.
So yeah, there you go.
That may
Well,
be
there's
my
some
name
nasty
from
shit
now.
going up in Nottingham, wasn't there?
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
yeah.
man. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
have I missed whilst I was at work?
3 people killed in Nottingham and 3 more run down.
Yeah.
Jesus.
3 people stabbed.
Was the
2 of
sheriff
them
not
students,
naughty?
2 19-year-old students.
Yeah.
Mm.
Fucked up. Isn't it?
The police were being extremely reticent, I think, to not speculate at all in any possible way about the circumstances behind it all.
Yeah.
Which they do that when there's a certain degree of Allah Akbar involved.
Well, they
Noticed.
raided a place, didn't they, later on this afternoon?
I think 2 women, didn't
Armed police went into a place, so that kind of suggests, like you say,
Yeah,
there might be something
yeah.
a
When
bit
they
more.
really play it down quite early on, you know, said we don't have enough information when they've had like a day of investigating and witnesses and Christ knows what else. You go, yeah, okay, mate, whatever.
Or they were getting a cuppa.
Well, it could have been, I suppose. Yes, it's true.
It was time for their tea break.
And a blue.
So they
ribbon.
thought, well, we'll get to him in a minute. I really fancy a rich tea and a nice brew. Both the Nottinghamshire Constabulary, both of them did. So they went and had a nice brew and then they got on with it. You know,
Yeah.
can't blame them for that.
Yeah, true enough. True enough.
It is pretty awful. There's a what's happened in France and now this. You know, there's been quite a few sort of really odd things. Is it just because we're in a quiet news week and so this has made more headlines than would otherwise be the case?
I mean, it's definitely more than Boris's hot hair.
Yeah, well, there is that.
Trump getting fucking sorted out for 37 charges on federal charges or whatever it is.
Yeah, but he's got as much chance of seeing inside a prison cell as I has with getting pregnant.
And then he flies up to New Jersey and attends a rally and asks people donate money, and they do.
It's a witch hunt.
Oh,
Hmm.
Yeah, rhymes with what people call him.
Well, you can't fix stupid, can you?
no.
It's the confirmation bias thing, isn't it? It's people. You don't have to be stupid to be, but believing that you're right because you've locked into an echo chamber that absolutely amplifies and echoes your views.
You don't
And-
have to
and
be,
it's-
but it helps.
Oh, it does help.
Mm.
It certainly does help, but there's too many people for that to just, it's a well-known thing of, mass control, and the right understand that bit. They understand how to do that. They do, yeah. Otherwise, sensible people that believe this shit. Conspiracy theories, like we need any more than there already are.
Why is my camera being a dick?
Go
Well, you
like
should stop
this.
verlating it.
Ah. It's a useful tip. Well, it's nice to see everything's still working. No smoke.
Yes.
Well, no steam, I should
No
say.
steam or cracks and bubbles and fizzes.
Yep. Everything seems to be,
So have you rotated by 90 degrees then?
amongst other things, but it also got rather wet yesterday because both windows were wide open.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Yeah. There was a river of water running off the desk here.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah.
What a
No.
dick.
What a wanger.
What a wanker.
Thank you.
No,
What a wanker.
to close the windows at work before that happened. Although,
Yeah.
because we have rooftop windows that someone like multiple louvers that open, but one set is just they open outwards, and we just fold outwards. It's great.
Yeah.
So if you have them at any angle, it will just rip in.
Yeah.
What you always want. Rest
But like Fiona said, she's a funny fucker when she wants to be. She goes, oh, is that the first time Windows has killed a Mac? Oh, fuck it. I went, I think I'm going to die from not funny. No, it was a giggle really, but we don't like
We
to
had down
encourage her.
in light drizzle. All we had,
Light drizzle.
Light drizzle?
light drizzle.
Jesus Christ, you should have been down here, mate.
Well, that's
Oh.
We had a river running through our back garden all the way through to the front.
Yeah.
And then
a
leaking
Robert
into.
Redford film. The
Yeah.
river runs through
Do you
it.
know what? It rained so hard here. Later on in the evening, we were having trouble with pirates. Yeah.
Have you got an ARP there?
No, sir, I am not.
Ah. Or
What the fuck? You know, dead ringers, they're not exactly shaking in their boots, are they?
no, not quite, not yet.
Not quite. Not yet. We just
No.
got
Mine-
to work
mine-
on them.
And mine was Prince Philip. Yeah, don't know.
Yeah, well, mine was
Hello.
Dougal from Magic Roundabout. I'll tell you what I was watching last night. Some, absolutely. Do you
Absolutely,
remember?
you're absolutely fabulous.
No, absolutely.
Stony Village.
Stony Bridge.
Bridge.
Do you remember Chadwell?
Chadwell.
Ah, man. I'd forgotten about him. I always remember 'cause when people say like absolutely, I go, oh, Callum Gilhooly. It's the bollocks, man, I tell you. Absolutely. So I was watching some of them last night. I thought,
Is that the series with comb over? What's his name?
No, that's what one's that?
Rabsy Nesbitt.
Yeah, but before that, he was doing that comedy sketch
Gregor
show.
Fisher, wasn't it?
Was it Chewing the Fat? No,
Yeah.
no, that's two other guys, isn't it? The giant brain will come up with an answer, no doubt.
my favourite, absolutely, was always the little girl. It's
Oh yeah.
true.
It's true. I did.
Have you ever come across a member of the royal family? No, but
I did once, but got arrested.
I think Burrell has.
No, but I won't. No.
Oh,
Will Carling definitely has. what was it that? What was it that? Moving on. What was it that?
They go the OBEs.
Yeah. No, what was it? What was it that Frankie Boyle said? He was talking about Princess Diana. He said they remembered her with a fountain in a park when really it should have been a gangbang in a minefield.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Too soon.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. What was the other thing he said though? He said something like, "What was the last thing Princess Diana done?" He said probably snorting coke off a cock. What was the other one? And he didn't know when it was something like, he goes, it was a really, really bad advert for Mercedes.
He is fucking awesome live. You think he's bad on TV? See him live.
Live? Oh my God.
Fucking hell.
No, this is comedy. I will not be deleting this.
What people?
If people are
live?
offended, fuck off. I will not have comedy walked on.
He is a very, very funny man. He's anarchic, and you know. Do you know what the curious thing is? I've never seen him actually cross the line. He said stuff that is just so out there, but I've never seen him cross the line.
Oh, I have.
Now, lots of people say he does, and there was one time where I thought, oh, blimey, but it's all about context. All about context.
Yeah. Well, I saw him at March this year, something like that, up at Exeter, and he said once he's on stage, you're not allowed to leave the auditorium because they won't let you back in.
Yeah.
Some guy got up and he ripped into him as he walked out the room, and then stood there shouting at the shut door for about 10 minutes, cutting this guy off, who's obviously miles away by now, but he's fucking had the sound system cranked. He's like, "You bastard!" Probably give him some.
You ever seen that one where he because it's traditional to with him to just rip the piss out of anybody in the audience. You don't have to be just in the front row. Because normally it's like, if you go to a comedy show and you go to the front row, you want to be in the show, don't you? That's why you do it. But he was doing this one, and there was these two kids.
Oh yeah, yeah. Your mum knows you wank.
Yeah. He goes, sometimes your mum wanks your dad. He goes, but what they don't know is you wank thinking about your mum wanking your dad. I mean, you remember that story he told? He said to this guy, it was this kid. He's been ripping the piss out of this kid all evening, and then he goes, I've got a story for you. He said, when I was a wee lad, he said, my granddad used to take me up into the attic, and there was a big chest, and he put it down on the ground, opened the chest, and do you know what was inside? He'd go, he says, it was a mermaid. And he'd make me have sex with that mermaid while he gratified himself. And when the old bastard died, he said, I went up there and I pulled that chest down and I opened it up. And do you know what I saw in there? And the kid goes, what is it? He goes, a dead monkey with its legs sewn together.
Oh, man.
And then he said, no. And once everybody's got over the horror of it all, he turns around, looks at the kid and goes, you remind me of that monkey. Oh, mate. Oh, yeah. brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yes. How lovely.
Yeah, it's how delicious. But I mean, to be honest with you, when people sort of like, go, oh, I went to this show and it was absolutely abhorrent. Like that. You go, really? Didn't do your research then, did you? If you have to walk out of a comedy show, you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. End of.
If you walk out of any show, you clearly failed at doing your research or have too much money.
Yeah.
I mean, the least you can do is go wait until the end and then shout boo as loud as you can.
Yeah.
If it was so appalling.
Mind you, you can sometimes go to that sort of like, that modern art stuff where, somebody dresses as a cow, sits on a glass table for an hour, not moving, and everybody just stands there and watches them. But even with that, you can go, well, this is shit, and walk away. Can't you? But that's fair enough, because nobody knows what the hell's going to happen. But at a preordained event, to see somebody who's famous for one thing or another, or whatever, and you're going, oh, I was totally offended, had to leave. You're a fucking idiot.
From what you've just described, I really want you to put on a modern art show, Kent. I'd come and watch it. You dressed as a cow for an hour.
A nice bit of performance art in Kent's backyard.
A large pink inflated cow.
With udders. With big udders.
Yeah. Yeah, and an enormous dildo on the head.
Another one?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Well, that way I can balance between two sticks.
Modern art, spit roast.
Spit
Oh, dear. Thank goodness no one ever sees these.
Yeah, inflatable moog.
Oh.
This stream is modern art.
Well, kind of is, isn't it?
This is emu. Yeah, all right.
Oh, no, come on.
Yeah, I know.
It was a little. I heard the screeching of the arse scraping along the ground there for a moment.
Yeah. And I tried to put my arse away as well. That was, yeah.
Oh, mate, yeah. I mean, you try, but...
I try. And it's difficult getting the studs up there. It really is. But, you've got to do something when you get that scraping sound.
Yeah.
Metallized piles, it's a difficult thing.
What? Jesus Christ.
It's a difficult thing. Yeah. Hemorrhoids with Blakey's on.
God.
You could get a better hemorrhoid cream.
Probably nobody outside the UK are going to go, what the fuck are Blakey's?
Looks like somebody needs to stroke for hemorrhoids.
But we all know.
Yeah.
What is it? No.
Oh, that's an image that's not going to leave my brain in a hurry.
God, I haven't heard that word for donkey's years.
Yeah. What about this one, you see? That's one that Matt and I rediscovered in the chat.
Spunk bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hadn't heard it for years, and I thought, that's it, that's me. What's the rest of my name?
It was long prong, wasn't it?
Long prong spunk bubble. Or spunk bubble long prong. I can't remember.
Spunk bubble long prong.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, this sounds like my school days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is. Just put some bars up and some warders, forceful. Away you go.
Right, do you know what? We're going to have to let the guys in the chat in on this. What Blakey's are? What was the other name for them? There was another name for them, wasn't there?
I can't remember. Essentially, I don't remember. I really don't remember. I only remember Blakey's.
Yeah.
It was a brand. It was a brand of metal, sort of almost horseshoe shape or curved metal tips with prongs in that you would bang in with a hammer into your shoes.
Yeah.
The idea was it would stop wear on heels. But of course, being these things have fashions, and so I remember people having Blakey's all over their feet, along the insoles, up, the tips, all over the place, so they clacked as they walked.
Yeah. Or you could do incredibly long skids down
That was the thing.
down the concrete floored corridors.
Yeah, and you'd scrape the buggers up, and you get into
Yeah.
a lot of trouble. But
Yeah.
then I was always in trouble at school, so that was
Yeah,
okay.
same here. Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Horseshoes for humans. That is actually the best description of them.
That's it.
Does it really look like an Amiga screensaver? I noticed that most of them are falling off.
Yeah.
May I
And gaps are appearing.
For white, red, or white, black, what was a checkered board was quite common on that era.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to go round them all again. Retouch them in. You always have to do it 2 or 3 times before they stick for good.
Did you use the wrong glue?
Ah, the famous Amiga bouncing ball. Yeah, I remember that.
When screensavers were needed to prevent burning.
Yeah.
Flying toasters.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
And we all thought that was so cool, flying toasters. It was the reason many people bought Macs, because they wanted flying toasters. And then someone did a really shitty version for Windows that didn't quite work. It was awful.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Mind you, do you remember, was it Llamas?
Llamas.
Do you remember the game Llamas?
Do you mean Lemmings?
No,
No,
Return
no.
of the Mutant Llamas.
Yeah, Llamas. By that,
What was his name?
Jeff
Minter.
Minter. Yeah. Mad as a box of books. That game was. Mind you, so was Jeff Minter, to be honest with you. Yeah, gosh, now that's going back some. Holy shit. Yeah, Jeff Minter. Llamatron. Yeah. That was the
What was his other one?
start.
Lawnmowers, wasn't it? Something lawnmowers.
Attack of the Mutant Camels.
Yeah.
That's another one, yeah. God,
Because
bloody
the
hell.
company was Llamasoft, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was the lawnmower one? I can't remember the lawnmower.
Lawnmower.
Yeah, he did a game with you got attacked by lawnmowers. Yeah, as you do
Yeah.
in Jeff Minter's world.
Qualcast something, but I can't think what.
Qualcast. What are you looking
They
at
used to
me
be
like
made just down the road from me.
that? Are they?
They used to be.
Oh. They know more now.
No, the entire factory got shut down some years ago. They moved everything to Hungary.
Was it Cuts?
You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting.
And thus, Longhurst's script writing career was over.
Again.
Again.
Thank you, Neil Wharton. Hover bother.
Ah, yes, I do remember that.
Hover bother.
Snappy.
I was always a big Andrew Braybrook fan. He did Paradroid and Iridium. They were great games.
How old were you when this was happening?
Early mid-teens.
Yeah, probably.
So what year was that? What years?
84.
Oh right, so I was already.
So you were drawing your pension already, yeah. I know.
I was drawing my pension then, and I was thinking about my pals in the Boer War. Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, the Fallen.
I just started in the music industry then. I had my first job at ET Studios in '83. Yeah.
That was a different time, wasn't it?
It certainly was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly was. And I was such a twat.
I think we all were, weren't we?
Was?
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Speak for
Well,
yourself.
if we weren't, there was something wrong with you.
I sincerely hope so. Gosh, yeah, no, I really was. I really was. Jesus.
Yeah. It's nutty stuff. What's that?
Just look at
Oh,
What?
somebody asked what synth Robert is playing. Rob just put playing. That's being generous.
oh dear.
He knows I love him.
Actually,
pretend synth nerdists.
are you hearing Robin mono?
The synth is coming through in mono, yes.
Okay. I see. I didn't pay all this money for this computer to hear you in mono.
But you're actually hearing the thing now. The Glam rather than Zebra.
He's eating a stereo sandwich.
What?
You started it.
It's the one thing of Vangelis. Yeah, that didn't come out until after he died. Oh, the finger. What is it anyway?
What?
What is it?
It's still the Glam S2.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's just this time I'm actually using the internal sound.
It's just weird. It's tiny. I can barely see it, and I've got this screen the size of Wisconsin. What are you laughing at? I don't know which is worse.
They're all the right notes, just not necessarily.
I mean, no, I'm watching Robert laugh. You know, Rob's up there going fucking. I think he's going to choke on a cupcake in a minute.
Just trying to play in completely the wrong key and having no idea which key I'm actually playing in doesn't help.
No, don't give away
Hey.
my secret.
H. It's the key of H.
But
H.
I'm very German, so I of course know how to play in the key of H.
Yeah,
And I prefer to improvise over BACH, in fact.
yeah. Yeah, the Philly quarter organs used to have an H button. And we'd all stare at each other going, what the fuck is this? Oh, got there. Took a stroll to that one. I'll just go over here.
I always think that bit sounds a bit like the first Noel. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour!
The Swede is ballon.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I see you. I see you brought, see you brought Matt's hair with you.
Yes.
Brought extra. I hope you bought enough for everyone.
Oh yeah, I got plenty.
Hey, we all get hair. Oh wait a minute, no, I've got. Yeah, I prefer your colour. I prefer your colour. Yeah.
You get hair. You get hair. Robert doesn't need hair. Plenty.
You say that.
Well, yeah, no, you got two, Mr. Buble.
I thank you very much.
Oh dear.
I'm making the rest of this whole scene with the most outrageous accent. I don't know where it's from.
kind of Parisian.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah. Well, I
Sorta.
mean, it's close enough.
Yeah, it's sort of French.
Sort of
Zoot
French.
alors. Zoot
Ah.
alors. Yeah.
Look, because in Paris, they when they speak English, they do it differently than us here in Canada or in Quebec. Because
Oh,
they
you're in
speak like they
Quebec.
don't care, like we speak better than you. And we are French.
Dog.
Yeah,
Now
I
in
fat in your
Quebec,
general direction.
yeah. I wave my
exactly.
parts at your aunties.
My hovercraft is full of eels.
That's
Rock
Hungarian.
your panties, Sir William. I cannot wait till lunchtime.
Pascal Sauvage.
Ah,
A stuck-up Frenchman.
Esculpate me for to toss the hairs.
yeah. Renault. There you go. I can speak French.
Well, there you go. No, yeah, you say it perfectly. Yeah,
Renault. In it.
Is that Jean Reno? No.
No,
yeah.
no.
Oh yes, of course.
Jean-Michael Jarre.
John Michael Jar.
John Michael Jar. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
It's it. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah,
My
well.
wife is half French, so or
Which
half
half?
French.
Yeah, exactly.
The good half. The
just-
good half.
The good half.
The good half. The good half.
Ah, okay.
The good
Cool,
half.
fascinating
But
enough.
she visibly winces when I try to pronounce French words. I like speaking other languages when I'm there, and I try to acclimatize myself and get the accent right. But sometimes it just doesn't happen, you know?
Mm.
I sometimes I have that certain sense of ennui. Oh, oui. Ennui. There's a whole new ennui. Just sometimes you look at it, you go, I don't know why. Why don't they spell it? Oh, oui. Why don't they spell it? Ennui. That's what it is. It's ennui.
Yeah, well.
Yes, and she visibly goes. "Ah,
I had that a couple of days ago because I was trying to learn a little bit of Cantonese to surprise my next door neighbours. So when they come out in the garden, I could say good morning in
They're
Cantonese.
from Birmingham, but you know.
Yeah. Well, it might as well be because I
Morning, gent.
yeah, because when she come out and I went, it's supposed to be dansant, and it's supposed to sound Cantonese, and it didn't. I come out like it was a badly dubbed fucking kung fu film. And I just went dansant like that, and she physically went.
You probably just insulted her grandmother's heritage or something.
Oh, from Droitwich, me.
Now,
Oh, wait, did
I had a good one about the trying to speak Chinese. One of my ex-girlfriends is Chinese.
Yeah.
And I was living in Toronto, and she had friends who had just bought a new house. So I tried to learn how to say you have a beautiful house. I got there and I used my best Chinese possible, and I said something.
Your
And then
piss
everybody
tastes like
looked-
oranges.
No, everybody looked at me like I was like, who the fuck's that guy? And then they all started laughing because they realized that with the intonations, I
Yeah.
said, what I said was, wow, your wife looks like a pig.
Very fair.
But they love pigs. But anyway,
But so much of the different dialects in China
Yeah.
involve pitching. How
Yeah,
you
yeah.
pitch one
Yeah.
phrase to the, it's so much of that, and it's
Yeah.
just completely what?
yeah, with each word you have 4 intonations in Chinese, but Vietnamese is worse. You have 6.
Oh Christ!
And I mean, you have to live there to learn to say hi or small, xin chao. It's easy. But you have to, one sentence, you have to live a year because, yeah, you're just going to insult everyone all the time.
Really? Really?
Really? Yeah.
Really?
Sounds like the perfect place.
The perfect place for me, insulting everyone all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
But
with
I'm good
Australian,
for
where
it.
the last word has always got the upward inflection. So every sentence is a question.
Yeah, it's like the teenagers here.
Hmm.
The U.S. teenagers speak like that.
I try to impersonate that because we do a lot of voiceover stuff. So I've tried to do that, tried to capture that inflection at the end, and my brain just can't wrap my head around it.
No,
I, I,
no,
I
yeah.
can't I can't do it.
No,
I
you have a
really
stroke.
Wife pig.
my brain my throat just goes.
But you know what, Kat? Tomorrow, just say ni hao.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Ni
That's
hao.
hello in general. If you want to be
Ah.
more polite, you say ni hao ma. Ni
Yeah.
hao ma. And
That was, well, you see, that was another thing that I made a mistake because I tried to learn how to say good morning.
yeah.
You know, when she came home from work and she was out in the garden, I couldn't say anything because I couldn't say good morning to her fucking 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I looked like a fucking idiot. Turns out I looked like an idiot anyway, so it didn't matter.
Probably find out next week you called her a twat or something.
You might have.
I don't know. She eventually she smiled and everything like that, and she went. No. I went, oh, okay. I'll practice. I'll try something else. I'm not saying after what you said. I'm not quite sure I should now.
No, ni hao is fine. Seriously, it is.
She'll probably just walk back in the kitchen and come out with a gun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's gonna know what we say about him.
Got to put a cap in your ass, boy.
But there's always something. It's you know when someone's trying to say something and they don't get it right, but they're really trying. And if you help them and they get it right, you say, tell me how, and you do it.
Yeah.
You want to engage with them and help them get it right. You do. You just do. Except the French.
Oh no, and except in Quebec, no, but like in France, they speak like that. They're better than you. Just learn to speak English the way we do. In Quebec, we don't make an effort. If we don't make an effort, it sounds like this. Yes, so I'm tired of this thing there. I went to the hospital the other day, and then they had something removed from me, and oh my God, we just sound like morons. Seriously. I mean, when someone from Quebec speaks English, doesn't make a little bit of effort like I do my best. Sorry, guys. But, I mean, they just sound like fucking idiots. It's ridiculous.
And, of course, I'm lying about French, because every time I've been to France, I've had the best time, and people have been deeply kind and very forgiving. I think because I try.
Because you make an effort. Yeah,
because you're English.
But they hate it if you try to franglaise things, if you try to do that mix of French and English words. They just will not have it. They won't have it.
What, like the Brits do in Benidorm, when they stick an A on the end of everything?
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, Matt, but do you know what? When it comes to making films, that is precisely the fucking intonations they go for. You know, it's always got to be East End.
Yeah.
South London.
South London.
South London, mate, innit? Fucking
What were you saying, Robert?
Excuse me.
You were saying...
Speak slower.
Excuse me for my bad French. I was not speaking the French accent, so it must be easier for you to understand.
I think he's trying to get a job off you, Andrew.
D'accord.
Yeah, he wants...
Germans bombed our chippy.
Oh, fuck that.
Oh, let it go, Rob.
You had to go there, didn't you?
Let it go, man.
Why do you have to show how British you are?
Yeah. Good
No,
God.
that's the thing. I'm
French, I sound
not.
like fucking Officer Crabtree. Good
So what,
Lord.
mate?
So when I start speaking French, I sound like Officer Crabtree. I was
Does
pissing
your
back.
dog bite?
Pissing by your dog.
Is that, so when I told I can't remember who wasn't it, but I told her I was like quarter Welsh, and he goes, "Oh, can you speak Welsh?" And I go, "Yeah, when I got a cold."
What sort of Welsh? Like candy?
Yeah, because you need about 73% phlegm to be able to speak Welsh correctly. You know, it's no good otherwise. You can't
Well,
do
the
it
thing
dry.
is, you see, if you come from the valleys, you speak sort of like this.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Whereas if you come from Cardiff, you speak like that. It's all a bit cultural.
I fucking shit, mate. all.
Come from Chadwell country.
Lovely boy.
Lovely boy.
Lovely boy from the valleys.
Oh,
My
yeah.
father was Welsh, so
Yeah.
yeah, says a lot,
Yeah.
explains a lot.
Yeah.
Explains the sheep.
On the note of Wales, not star.
Why do Welshmen wear wellies?
Do you know what? It must be
Well,
one
go
of
on,
the
no,
few
tell me.
countries where you
Tell
say
me.
you come from Wales, people automatically think
Sheep
sexy sheep. Why? Why
So
is
go on.
that?
So go on. Why do the Welsh wear wellies?
Pop the sheep in, stop them running away.
No. That's not true. Because the thing is, if you do that, you miss out on the kissing at the front.
You have to take the sheep to the top of the cliff, didn't you?
How close are we to? How
like
close are we to deleting this one?
Yeah, you deleted the last one, huh?
Yeah. Well, let's push
We're
this
just
one a little
offending
further.
let's just offend everyone.
Well, then it's equal, isn't it? And then it's
Well,
fair.
yeah.
As long as it's fair.
What's the difference between an Italian male and a piece of toast? You can make soldiers out of a piece of toast. Why has the Italian Navy got glass bottom boats? To make sure they don't hit the old Italian Navy.
Oh, dear,
Oh,
dear,
man.
dear.
So I can get away with them ones. But...
Yeah. It's like the I can get away with diddly-doy-dee-dee-doy jokes as well. Diddly-doy-dee-doy.
Two gay Irishmen, Patrick Fitzwilliam and William Fitzpatrick.
There we go.
Uh,
I don't know any Canadian jokes.
Really?
Well,
What is
well, they're
visible?
Air Force.
yeah, the Air Force. Yeah.
Sorry.
And the Navy.
Yeah. All their
and the
planes go
Army.
quack.
Move to Canada. Come home to a real fire.
No, we had big fires still going on, but
Is it still going on? Is it? Jesus Christ.
well, you see, like in Alberta, like way west, it's still going on. It's quite bad.
Yeah.
But the wind have shifted a bit, so the smoke finally cleared. Because even it's like 1,500 kilometers away, we were pummeled with smoke, and it was like horrible, and it was cold because we went from 35 degrees one day. The next day was 9 degrees because no sun. And so, yeah, no, it was horrible. New York City was bad as well. Plus their
Yeah.
smog.
Babs was saying
Yeah.
it got
But,
really bad.
no. I remember
Yeah.
one day back home from where I am, like eastern Quebec, there was a big fire, and we could see the smoke and all. And then the next day, the ashes starting to fall. And it was, I mean, everything, the sun was orange and you had ashes falling. It just felt like, okay, well, this is the end of the world and I'm just going to suck who I can. Sorry.
Oh,
John.
I've just cancelled my tickets to Canada.
Yeah, come on over, man. We'll have fun, I'm sure.
I've got
You burn them.
Oh, I've got
sorry,
pals
didn't get
over in I've got pals in Vancouver, which is the other side. You know.
Yeah, it's fucking far. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never
it
been.
is. Yeah, and it's horribly expensive now. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, really,
Isn't
really
everywhere
expensive.
though?
Not like because there was a whole film industry sprouted up in Vancouver. It suddenly became, you can't get a house for under $1 million.
Yeah, right.
Oh, for sure. And it's a shack.
Yeah.
Like it's a Welsh house. I'm
So
sorry.
like London.
Yes, well, kind of like London. Yeah.
Catching up, I suppose.
Like Stroud, where I come from. Stroud, Gloucestershire.
Don't
Just
know.
nuts. Just nuts.
Yeah.
Not even we know Stroud.
Yeah, I know.
Stroud is in a shroud.
Wiener Shroud.
Stroud and Shroud, yeah.
Stroud, look my livers.
Yule in a pool.
It's Stroud, or as we call it, St. Rude.
Ew. It's there.
Yes, is it?
But if you come to Canada, you'll have cities with the weirdest names, which is pretty cool.
Mm.
There's
Well,
a village in Quebec. It's called Saint Tit. I'm not kidding. Saint Tit.
Saint Tit. Shouldn't there be
Yeah.
another one?
Well, no, just one, just one tit. Yeah.
Is it a left tit or a right tit?
It's pretty much right because they have a huge country music festival every year,
Oh, okay.
No, right tit.
and the southern part of the United States empties and just come over here. I'm serious. It's weird.
Oh, wow.
And then there's Dildo, Newfoundland, and then they have a sense of humor because
Did they
they
get
have
earthquakes?
No, but they have a sense of humor because they have a dildo museum, and it's like every fucking dildo you can think of.
Oh,
Well, if
okay.
you think of dildos, but you know.
All right, give me a moment. Wow.
Yeah. No,
Do you
That's
work for
impressive.
the department? Do you work for the Department of Tourism?
yeah, I do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Come on
Come
over.
to dildo. We're
our-
expensive, so you will take
Check
it
our
out the arse.
dildos.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's we have weird names here sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Anyway, on such fun notes, I should really go to bed. It's
Sure.
Set time.
Talk about
I'm feeling-
dildos. Robert goes to bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I must
I'm not
bring
going
out
to
my
sleep.
collection.
I only said I'm going to bed. I'm not going to sleep, am I?
Oh,
Yeah, well, that's it.
Sure.
private time.
Got cameras, girls.
It's not. Yeah, it's not private when the cameras are rolling. When it's work.
Oh man. Oh,
How else do you pay for the synthesizer addiction?
thank God I could do with a good laugh tonight.
Yes.
Really enjoying this.
It's robertcamlive.com. Yeah.
Yeah, how much?
Well, it's pay what you want above a certain amount, and if you want exclusive content, then that gets exclusive prices.
Oh, okay.
Surprisingly,
He knows
he
his
recites
shit.
that, doesn't he? He didn't have to think about that.
No, he didn't have to even
Like,
think about that. It was just ran it off. He goes, "Here's my card."
Yeah, he's got the price list right on screen.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. I've got other
Fuck
things
off,
to
go.
attend.
Go.
All right. Lovely to see you all.
See you at
Yeah, you,
Gearfest.
mate.
Are you coming to Gearfest?
Yes, I have tickets somewhere. Or ticket? Oh no, I think I'm there for both days, or can be. But yeah, if not, I'll see you maybe weekend Monday. VO2.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah. Well, me and Edna's disco machine will be there.
Yeah,
There you go.
I will be there. Maybe my mother, if she manages to get here or not.
Cool.
Who knows?
With your mother.
Yes, I'm taking my mother out to a concert.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So we won't be seeing you in your soiled nurse's uniform then.
That's for later.
With a condenser mic.
Oh,
but with phantom power.
Okay. Okay.
Gets his
Listen,
D-beam out for 50 credits.
I hope you have a brilliant time, Robert.
Yeah.
Well, not the way I'm feeling at the moment, but anyway, I shall see you around at some point.
All right. Look
All
after
right, see you,
yourself.
Robert.
Have fun.
Take care. Hope
care.
you feel better soon.
Sleep
Cheers,
well.
mate. Bye.
Ta-da, mate.
What a wanker.
And Mike.
I'll be right back.
Oh.
No,
That was quick.
What was?
You said he'd be right back, and I looked up and he was still there.
He was still there. Yeah.
He was back again. Go on, give us some more jokes, Rob, for Christ's sake.
Can't think of any ones that might be classed as.
I'm not saying my wife's fat.
but
But when she sits around the house, she really sits around the house.
There's a Les Dawson for you. Oh, man.
I do remember how I was complaining about not being able to control my VSTs and was fucking tired of. I've been talking about that for every day.
Yeah.
And then I realized, Jeff, you're a moron, which you have realized as well. But the DeepMind 12, a piano down in the mine shaft. Don't know.
A minor, a flat minor.
Oh, man. Yes, that'll do.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's get back to the DeepMind 12.
but goodie.
So the DeepMind 12. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got 26 sliders, and they send CCs, and you can do MIDI learn. And I've had this thing for what, 5 years more than 5 years. Just thought about it this week.
Yeah.
And that was it. You just had to do MIDI learn.
Yeah, you just do MIDI learn on your VST sliders. You have 26 sliders, and it even says VCF, VCO, whatever. So you're good.
Well,
So
There you go.
so public service announcement: use your fucking DM12s.
Best use for a DM12 I've ever heard of.
Oh, shut up! Shut up! It sounds good. It's a good synth. Shut up.
Makes an interesting sound when you drop it.
Yeah, it does.
Down
Yeah.
the mine shaft.
Yeah.
I dropped a
Mine shop,
DX7. I dropped a DX7
That's why
on my
they
foot
call it
once.
Deep Mine 12.
Oh,
Oh,
Very
oh
good.
yeah, down the
Steve,
shaft.
thanks Steve
Good.
Elbows for that one.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that's- yeah,
Very good.
yeah, very good. But it's a good synth.
I can't remember with the DeepMind. Is it by timbre? Can you layer two sounds on top of the stack? Two sounds?
No,
It's just one sound at a time.
yeah,
You're awful people.
I don't see the chat, so they're making fun of me. I don't
No,
care.
I'm making
Make fun of me. No.
Why don't you see the chat?
Because I'm on a tablet, and
Okay.
if I see the chat, it would make you all
At our age,
super
we were
small.
all on tablets.
Yeah, I think.
Mine are
Yeah,
more
but-
recreational than yours, I
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
But-
dear me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm getting old, but I had to take 3 Viagra the other night. And as I
Just
ran
to get up
upstairs,
the stairs.
as I ran upstairs, I pole vaulted out the window.
Are you a pole vaulter? No, I am a gymnast, and stop calling me Volta.
Mind you, I did steal them. I did steal the Viagra. But I'm a hardened criminal, so,
Ba-bum.
Uh,
Oh, come on. Come on.
Oh.
that's a dad joke. It's a good one though.
Yeah, but dad jokes are good, aren't they?
Absolutely. That's what he did.
No, that jokes are funny because you cringe. Because it's the factor
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Like a shark.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's the visualization as well. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute. Oh, ow. Oh! You.
How was your foot, by the
How's
way?
your
It's
foot? Yeah.
black. His toe is black.
Well, okay. Does it move?
Not on its own. But yeah, I can move it a little bit, but it hurts when I move it, which is better
Yeah.
than yesterday where I couldn't move it. And
Is your foot swollen?
Oh, it's
it had, but it's gone down.
I went
Okay.
to the doctor the other day. I said, it hurts when I go like that. He said, don't go like that then.
Spoon jar,
Got
spoon jar,
something in
jar,
my eye.
spoon.
Got something in my eye.
Oh, but it's kind of like the joke that guy goes to the doctor and goes, "Doctor, I used to be able to lift my hand here. Now I can't."
What?
Well, that's the bad. That's it. That's the. Oh, fuck, Jeff.
That's a Chris. That's
Actually, it hurts me to do
There you go.
to do this.
Thank you.
Saw a Facebook post, and it was a guy saying about how he'd had a car accident and was paralysed by the waist down. So I posted back, "So how you typing this?" And he come back, "Oh, I'm holding my hands over my head."
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can't delete that stream after.
Oh dear God Almighty!
Anyway, what are you staring at? All in yeah, picking up. Oh, I see.
That's
Oh,
it,
that's
yeah.
how it works. Okay, gotcha. That's how it works. Okay, good. So is this social media? Phew. Wow.
I don't know. Is it?
It's pretty antisocial, but you know.
Shut it.
Shut
it.
Get.
Shut it.
Oh mate.
Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah.
Oi.
So, bruschetta or bruschetta?
Bruschetta.
Did he?
Rob,
Yeah.
you're the judge.
Wow. Did it leave a mark?
Shit.
Shit.
Who?
Oh, okay.
He shit what out? We say?
They're talking about the pronunciation of bruschetta.
Oh.
Bruschetta.
Bruschetta. That's one of those little
Bruschetta.
mopeds.
It'll be a sk-
I know about these things, Rob. One of my mates is part Italian, so yeah, you know. I know. Fiat. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Ducati. Yeah.
Ducati. Yes.
Ducati.
Yes. Ducati.
If you
Sorry.
said that, they beat you to the ground.
Fuck yeah.
Lamborghini. Where's the GH, you see?
Yeah.
It's Lamborghini.
Fini, as in
Fini.
laugh. Fini.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Well,
Mm,
yeah, you know.
mm. I mean, Italy's a nice place, but you would like to live there. I would. I'm going to fetch my car. I'm still waiting for. I'm going for a second one. You see.
I had
Oh,
to
I
make
see.
the effort, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's got to reach over and push the button and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's not getting paid.
Oh, quite right. Hang on.
Oh, steady. It's got a little. Oh, I thought it was a shuttle.
Shuttle.
Yeah, looked like a little spaceship. What about your
It
art?
is.
What's your art, man?
Well, what?
Your art.
Art.
There's
Oh,
a T on the end of
paintings.
that art.
all
That
sorts.
shows your ass.
We've got the original Indian thing up there,
All right.
which is woven. We've got some Rossetti pencil drawing.
Uh-huh.
What else have we got? Lots and lots. Pictures everywhere.
I've got the Mona Lisa in my toilet.
Is it the
Call
real one?
No, we call it the Louvre.
Oh,
No, seriously, we've got a Mona Lisa above the toilet.
really?
Have you ever been to see the Mona Lisa?
I haven't. My daughter has.
It's a really curious thing because when you go, of course, it's got a glass box in front of it. So you stand away. There's a million people around it snapping away and doing these things. And everyone's looking at it. And it's an okay painting. You know, it's got the reputation it's got for all sorts of reasons. But the last two times I've been, just to the left of it, there's another female portrait by Da Vinci, which is I can't remember what it's called, the Blue Lady or something like that. It looks like a nun's outfit, almost a white veil, blue dress, and she's
Yeah, I know it.
beautiful. It's a much better painting, and I'm looking, and no one's looking at it, so it's kind of What? It's just a really odd. It's
Yeah,
really
but does she
really odd.
smile? That's the thing.
Uh, does she smile? Well, no, it's a painting. She's like, can we, get real. Are you from Canada? Oh, you are. Sorry, you are. Gotcha. Hand
Yeah.
up. I can't do this anymore. Yeah.
Where's he gone?
I don't know. He wandered off.
Oh no, there he is. It's always good show.
Oh, he's
Fifi Latouche.
Faith.
I lost him. What?
You've been greeted.
Am I? Well, I can't hear anything.
I know you can't.
Fifi Latouche. Fifi
Hello,
Latouche.
everybody.
Hello.
Put them away, woman. Steady. You take an eye out. All right, baby.
I will never forget the night she smacked
Hello,
me. At the face with that.
everybody. Why are there
What did that-
really ladies on here?
What she? Eh? What did she do?
Smacked you in the face one.
Oh, she come up and smacked me in the face with one of her tits.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
that. Yeah.
That was funny.
You know, swank. Mind you, she also came in here dressed as a badger and attacked me once. Remember that?
That wasn't me dressed as a badger. That was a badger.
That was a real badger.
Badgers are brilliant.
Whatever your kinks are, mate.
Yeah. Shovels for paws. Can't do
Are we
that.
going to get into? Are we going to get into beavers now?
No, but Kent is.
They said something naughty again.
Yeah, they wanted to know, would I be visiting your beaver anytime soon?
That is
How about my back
nice.
was
I'll give you a pussy. I'll take your pussy.
Bag puss, dear bag puss, big fat hairy cat puss.
Ah,
back was
but Emily loved him.
But
Carnally.
Semi
Carnally.
Eric Connolly.
Hello, darling. Hello. You coming up to say hello? What? How you doing, baby? Hey? Good girl. All right. Well, Mum's gone that way. You'll have to go.
There we go. Gosh.
Right, gentlemen, I'm going to bugger off.
Oh. Is it something we haven't said yet?
I'm going to visit my mother tomorrow morning, so I have to be up early.
I see. You have to clear your mind before going.
Yeah,
With all the garbage we've been putting in it. Yeah.
76-year-old woman who just sits there and chews my fucking ears off. No, I love it. Bless
That's what mums are for, amongst
Yeah.
other things.
Yeah.
her. Yeah, no, she's a good girl, my mum. So go and see her.
Have fun.
Always
Yeah.
do. Always do. Right.
Okay, my friend.
Bring earplugs.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Right, I'll see you later.
See you, Matt.
See you later,
Okay,
Bubba.
take care. Bye. What a wanker.
What a wanker.
There you go.
Oh,
Right, Smells. You good girl? Hey, you good girl? Hey. Hope you remember to turn off this, because we've got this tennis ball throwing machine,
Oh, yeah.
but she likes using it at 3:30 in the morning. Don't we? We have to turn it off at night now, don't we? You little git. I don't know. You can see where it's going. Come on, come up and say hi. Go. No, mind the tit. Say hi.
hello.
Look. Say hi, Nels. Hello, Nelly. I haven't got anything to eat, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, don't look at me like that. No, I haven't. It's all gone. Look. Empty. Sorry. Sorry, dear.
Wet ones. Indeed.
From time to time. Has anything else been going on?
I've been thinking about what I might just throw in the car to bring down to you.
Oh, okay. Money?
What?
Fill the
Money.
trunk.
Yeah.
What?
Fill the trunk with money.
What? I'm having an anaphylactic shock.
Oh, I used to go out with her.
Anaphylactic shock.
Yeah.
Lovely woman. Lovely
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
Didn't she have a boyfriend, Pete O'File? I don't know.
Oh man, no.
An episode of the IT Crowd, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's his name? Peter File.
No, I like Richmond. It was good.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Very, very good. Very, very good. The Goth.
Bring Kent about 30 Hammonds. Yeah, good fire. We get sausages and some bacon. Be cool. I know Tiny wouldn't agree with that, of course. Being the B3 expert in the UK. That he is.
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
I may bring my doorbell in for some tinkerage as well.
Oh, okay.
I think the keyboard just needs. It's a bit clacky now, and it needs a battery changing and
The
other
usuals.
stuff.
The usuals.
All the usuals.
Yeah. That shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah.
Straightforward enough. Unlike this ETI 3008 600.
A what?
Ooh. ETI 3600. More commonly known eventually as the Maplin 3008.
Oh, the Maplin thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it the 5400 Maplin, or was it?
No, there's 56. There's a 56, yeah.
5600. Okay.
What the one I've got here is from 1973. For Christ's sake.
Bloody hell.
That's when they actually officially started in Australia.
Australia, mate.
Yeah, they're an Australian synth. Is that anybody in particular?
Not me.
Let's do the. Hang on. It was you.
It's the wet one.
I'm sitting here doing nothing. Oh man, don't tell me.
It's Cubase. That's why.
Oh, hang on. Actually, because I've got another touch screen here of that computer. So it was a touch screen. Why are you reaching for the mouse, you twat? No.
The worst thing is, after using touchscreens for a long time, when you go back to a mouse and you start pressing your very expensive not touchscreen screen,
Yeah.
you start putting sticky fingers all over it. No!
Yeah, but it's like with Fiona's laptop. Her laptop isn't touchscreen. And she hands me the laptop, and she's supposed to use the little pad at the front. I'm not. I'm doing this on the screen. Go, why isn't it fucking working?
Does she live in the Stone Age? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She does. I'm
Okay.
afraid she does. Yes.
Good. That's lovely then. That's very nice.
He's still standing up. Oh yeah, he's leaning back.
So I have to ask, what's the story of Hans' life-size cutout Zimmer of life-size cutout of Hans Zimmer?
Well, you got to wank on something, haven't you?
Well, true.
Well, it actually started off.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
It's funny. It's funny.
No, that's all right.
This stuff comes out of my mouth, and I look at myself and I go, what? Anyway, there we go.
No, it started off because Hans said, he goes, I need you in my studio at all times. And I said, no, I need you in my studio at all times. He said, yeah, but I'm here working. I said, yeah, well, I'm agoraphobic, so which one of us is going to give out first? And then, so I found this cardboard cutout of him and sent him a picture. Said, now I've got you in my studio. And he says, I've been on the net. I can't find a cardboard cutout of you. Send one. I said, no, I'm not sending one. You won't find it. You won't find it.
You're sending a
That's what I'm
dildo.
doing.
Apparently, he did one interview where somebody was asking him about there was a Moog 55 there, and he goes, "This has been fully restored by a technician who lives in the UK." And when I saw it, and I hit him up on Messenger, and I said, "You didn't say my name. It's a perfect opportunity to say my name. Why didn't you say my name?"
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, "Well, no." He said, "If I'd said your name, they probably would have cut it out anyway." I went, "Yeah, you're probably right. You can't have that bandied about all over the place. Good God. There might be children watching." But he's actually really, really fun guy, I must admit. You know,
A bit of a mushroom, is he?
Oh,
yeah.
you beat me to it.
Because somebody on Facebook put up this post saying, "Does anybody know Hans Zimmer in person?" I think it was one of the Hans Zimmer fan pages. Does anybody know Hans in person? I have something I wish to.
Hans
Will you
in
stop
person,
doing
that's
that? I'm not recording yet. He says, "Yeah, somebody who knows him in person because I have a proposition for him," and he wrote underneath, "Never heard of him." He's a bit of a child anyway. I wouldn't bother.
Did somebody post something in the PSN group once and referenced Hans Zimmer, and then he replied to it?
Yeah.
It was a very meta moment.
Yeah. No, he did something. It was a few years ago now. I put up a picture of it was the anaglyph. When I first time I put the video of what the anaglyph was going to be like, and it was getting lots of things going on and everything like that. And somebody he said, "Oh, you should get Hans Zimmer to buy that." And immediately Hans Zimmer comes in underneath and he goes, "I can't afford it." So yeah, mate.
Good
It's
sense
good
of
laugh.
humor.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. Well, technically, he's a London boy, isn't he? Really, in a sort of a way, he spent most of his time in town more than anywhere else. I think no,
Yeah,
he's been out in California longer now, but
Yeah, and I made that horrendous clangor where I was telling everyone that he had the studio next to me, Snake Ranch. And
yeah.
although he did visit it from time to time, it
Yeah.
wasn't his studio at all. And I used to tell everyone, "Oh yeah, Hans Zimmer's studio right next to mine for
Yeah,
years."
yeah.
Not at all. I think it was literally the next day after I last mentioned it, being all sort of name droppy, thinking I was a certain someone we all know and love. After I'd done that, the very next day, I think there was the documentary came up and I watched it, and I went, "Oh shit, it's not that studio at all. It's Lily Yard, or not Lily Yard. Was it Lily Yard or somewhere he was?
Yeah,
I
Lily
can't
Yard.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was I think it was.
What a twonk.
He went back to Lilliard not long ago because I think he was doing some sort of like it was like a documentary on
Yeah,
him.
they did the BBC documentary.
Yeah. Well, he hit me up and he goes, "Oh, I've just been to Lilliard." He said, "My God," he said, it's just gone.
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, there's a lot of places like that where there's lots of memories and history going on. It's like wiped off the face of the planet, gone forever."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. CTS went, didn't it? And then
yeah.
Olympic.
Yeah.
I think it was Olympic.
Psalm.
So yeah.
Psalm, yeah.
Yes, Psalm. Both the Psalms, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, Psalm East went some while ago, but
Yeah.
Psalm West was like, oh God.
Yeah, it's a shame.
No, it's all flats. And they demolished the blue part as well, which was... But I rescued some stuff from there.
Did you? What did you get?
I got a Roland
An STI?
Yeah. I got a Roland VS880EX, you know, the hard disk recorder,
Yeah. Cool.
which is in there in a case.
Yeah.
And I also...
I found this rat.
I got this as well. This is Native Instruments Guitar Rig 1 controller.
God,
But this one doesn't have the horn. Doesn't have the horn.
Ah, have you tried rubbing it?
Hang on a sec.
Go on.
He's gone off to rub it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That looks like the case my Soundfield used to come in.
What's the name of the studio? The name has, for some reason, completely escaped me. That was in danger for a while because somebody next door wanted to build an underground gym.
Air Lyndhurst. Air Lyndhurst.
Yeah,
Lyndhurst.
Yeah.
Yeah, the neighbours were a pain in the bum. They really were.
I think it's pretty much saved now, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. It is. They
Yeah.
managed to save it. It
It's
would
like
have
buying
meant
a house next to a pub and complaining about the loud noise.
Yeah.
No, it was actually because the neighbours wanted to build this underground pool or whatever it was. And to do it, it would have meant noise for something like 3 months or 6 months. And that would have meant they couldn't do any work in the studios at all.
Yeah. I know Hans
know.
was really pissed about it, but not as much as David Arnold was.
Yeah.
Spitting
David.
blood. David
David was
blood
spitting
over
blood.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Oh, wow.
David's a lovely fella. Oh, look at that.
We still have to get him back onto the show to do part 2.
You should.
So,
That's it. It's got the horn.
hey!
It's a bit blurry.
Wow, look at that. History, mate, history.
Indeed. And when Aaron, his son, sold it, because basically what they had was a big yard sale, but it was actually in Studio One, so I could actually say I've been in Studio One, which is a pretty nice thing. But oops. When he sold it to me, he said, "If you find anything on there, don't erase it." I'm like, "Am I likely to?" And he said, "Nah, but you never know." So I got it home and plugged it all in, and there was stuff on there.
Yeah.
Not a fucking clue. Not a clue who it was. Didn't even Shazam, you know. So. Now I've got to get it back in the fucking box. It's a very tight fit. Did you know? Did you hear? Do you remember Tight Fit, the band?
I was just thinking about that. When I was
do you know
looking at that going, that's a tight fit, and then thought of the
well,
band.
The lead singer of Tight Fit very sadly passed away.
Really?
He died in a drowning accident. He couldn't swim away.
Oh,
Oh, talk about fucking hook, line, and sinker. Fuck me. Dragged right into that. Couldn't swim away.
is that a guitar on your wall, Kent?
This? Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, it's a guitar. Yeah.
Okay. Boo.
I don't know. I don't know what noise it makes.
Yeah. Okay. How many oscillators?
I don't know. It's just really handy when you want to know where the airing cupboard is. Look for that. That's how that works. Well, we got to see your horn anyway, so.
You got my horn.
Oh, hello. I didn't rattle anything. Why are you coming? Eh? Both of you. What are you girls up to? Yes.
I want to know what Richard Hilton thinks about the latest spatial audio mix that got put onto Apple Music today.
Oh, I'm sure he has.
Sister Sledge album.
Oh, ask him.
He has strong opinions.
Mm.
But apparently it's Nile Rodgers approved.
Then he'll probably have even stronger opinions.
It's marvellous.
I haven't listened to it yet. It's Stephen Wilson's done the remix apparently, and yeah, I'm going to try and listen to it tomorrow at some point.
Mm.
Well, have fun with that.
I'll get lost in music.
Caught in a trap.
No turning back.
You lost
I
in
don't
music.
know the lyrics.
You don't know the lyrics.
No. I don't know the
Well,
lyrics to a
when-
lot of songs. What is the
I
game?
have to say, yeah, I'm pretty bad with lyrics. I hear the sounds and I hear I can get the notes, everything
Yeah.
else, but
Yeah.
the words they're there.
I'm
I know
listening to
they're
the
there.
music so much, I'm not hearing the words.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's just a
I
melody.
think that's my problem. That's my problem.
I'm like that.
Yeah. Although I now know the lyrics to probably everything on Orchestrated because I play it so often. So
My wife saw you and I having a conversation the other day, young Kent,
oh god.
about probably about the audio and stuff, something in the day. And she popped in and popped out again. And when I came out, she was sitting here very quiet. She said, "Darling," she said, "What was that David Tennant you were talking to?" David Tennant,
David
Doctor
Tennant.
Who. David Tennant. She thinks you're the spit for David Tennant.
No.
Yeah.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
Yeah. Well, I did mention that.
Wow, really?
You sure she didn't mean Neil Tennant?
Can of Tennants.
So it
Supermarket.
didn't mean Tenant Super. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that was vile stuff, wasn't it?
So aside from your deep mind, is that always seeing behind you there?
So what's giving you an upskirt?
Wahey.
It's a Nectar Panorama T6 controller.
Yeah.
I have a Hydra here.
Ooh.
Everybody's got a Hydra.
Yeah. I have a Blofeld hiding over there. I have
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you could die.
Beat Step Pro.
Ooh.
Oi.
I have the Theory Board controller. I have Keylab 49.
Mm-hmm.
In a different room, I have DX72FD,
Now it's
D50
Now you're getting him
What-
hard.
with a PG, PG 1000. I have a Alesis 8 HD. I
I'm sorry.
have, well, need a screen. I have a Akai Miniac. I have
Oh, Miniac. I think. That's
Elka
one of them,
String Rhapsody, Elka Rhapsody,
Yeah.
Wow.
and that's it.
Have you ever thought of getting into music?
No, I don't like
not occurred-
music at
not
all. I
occurred
don't
to
even
him,
listen
yeah.
to that shit.
It's not. It just didn't occur to him.
Because you could with all of that. You
I
could.
probably could, yeah.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
with 1048 VSTs, yeah. Actually, no,
Yeah.
I reduced the number from 148 to 780 some. So
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean,
I've-
like you have 50 reverbs. You use 3. Okay.
Yeah. I've archived so many plugins just to get it down to the bare minimum that I really use a lot and just make sure I know them really well. And I only very occasionally replace now. And there has been. So I bought the reverb recently, which was glorious. The German.
Sorry, I'm just
reverb.
going to interrupt for a second. I also had a JD800 that was missing from
Ah.
yours.
Yeah, I've got one of those, but it's so knackered. I lent it to someone, and I think one octave of keys is missing. There's some buttons that are knackered, and of course the keys that are left are going sticky, horrible. I suppose I ought to get it sorted out at some point.
I have spares.
Say, if only
I
you knew
love-
someone.
Yeah.
You have spares.
Of course I have spares. And do you know what I do?
You should go into repairing these things.
Do you know what? I think at this rate I probably will.
Wow.
But I tell you what else I have, right?
A
I
singer sewing
have
machine.
brand new keyboard membranes.
Ooh.
You can't
Ooh.
get them.
For the JD.
Yeah.
Oh.
Specially made from a guy who owns a farm.
So it's made of
What?
manure?
Yeah, well, he doesn't grow them, but yeah, no, he owns a farm, but he also makes, very quietly, these JD800 replacement keyboard membranes. And replace,
I'm gonna have to grab that.
where at the end of the keyboard there's a board where it all connects up, and this is where it all goes horrible. Because they take one membrane and another membrane and lay them on top of each other. And then they just have these little plastic plugs that just hold the two membranes together. And what happens after time, that connection breaks, and then entire swathes of your keyboard stops working. And there's nothing you can do to get that to work. Nothing. And he makes a whole new type for it.
I may
And it
have to
works
try and
perfect.
dig that out and bring it down to you then, because it's in a bit of a state. But I loved it. I programmed so many glorious sounds on that. I had it dancing for me. It's a
You'll probably want the
wonderful thing.
keyboard done and all, don't you?
Yeah, keyboard, the whole thing.
You want
You
the
just need to
deglued.
Deglued, whole just sorted out, made lovely and working
Yeah.
again. Probably lost its battery and memories and everything now, but
Almost
I might have a
certainly.
backup thing. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's a lovely thing, and it used to go really well with the DX, the DX5.
Mm.
It was the two together were a great combination.
Yeah, they got very similar timbre between them. Hello, sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you. I'm sorry,
Yes.
did I wake you up, little one? Sorry. Sorry, Siri. Did I make you jump? Oh, darling, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that's a DX, a JD800, the emulator keyboard.
Yeah.
What else? What else? How am I gonna bankrupt myself? Yeah, there's more KX88, but that's up in someone's loft. Fuck getting that down for the moment, but you know,
It's a hell of a controller.
it's just I love that thing. I love it, but it needs shifting kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I see. If I can get that, because the JD is up there as well, but it'll be easier getting the JD down there.
Oh, Christ,
than it
yeah.
will the KX. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's those four, I think. And I've got the Novation, but that's the surface-mounted A to D or D to A, D to A converter things,
Mm.
which you don't do you?
I try not to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one to take into Novation then.
Although I did do a Moog grandmother 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you mind?
She was unnervingly quiet about it.
But you could perform. Okay.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. No, the guy said he had a problem with it, and he opened it up to see what was. He said there was something rattling around inside it, and when he opened it up, he didn't know that there was a plug that goes from the board. From the reverb unit up to the board, and it pulled the whole plug clean off the board.
Oh.
Yeah. And he said, "Can you solder it? It is SMT." And I went, "Yeah, I'll have a go." Of course, it's a plug. It's not that hard to resolder back on. It's not like it's one of those, like a capacitor that looks like, a gnat's turd. Is that a gnat's turd or is that a resistor? I can't tell. They're both the same size. And
Yeah, and that's the problem. You look at these things and you just go, "What?
yeah,
Really?"
or you put your soldering iron near it and 5 components melt and fall off.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. It's like,
Yeah.
when you go in with this soldering iron that you'd think you use to weld bloody steam trains together. So I managed to get it on anyway and got it all working for him. But you had to take all the fucking controls off the front, undo all the 3.5mm sockets and everything to drop the board so I could put this stupid bloody plug back on. But there you go.
Oi.
But yeah, so general, not too small SMT, I'm kind of okay with.
I think these are going to be buggers, so I think I'll get these. I'll get it dropped. Look, I keep on meaning to go and drop it into Novation. They're waiting for me to tell. I've got an RMA from 3 years ago. That tells you. I've just got to go down there with it, but I've just not had time. Because I've got a custom operating system in it because I was doing software development for it for the version 2 of the Supernova, and I think I've got 1.7 or 1.8 something. It was the dev thing, and there were additional envelopes and different ways of controlling the envelopes and repeated envelopes and looping envelopes and all sorts of things. It was like 3-4 menus down that didn't make it to the final cut because it was just too hidden and complicated. But I loved it, and so that's what I've kept. I've kept that operating system in my Supernova, and it's a brilliant. I love the Supernova. Such a brilliant sound. Overall, really, really good sound.
I'd like to get another Voyager 8.
Would you?
I liked my Voyager 8.
I lusted after one, but I never. And I played around with it. I think I'm trying to think who it was that. I think it was Dave Edmonds. Dave. Eurythmics. Dave. Stewart.
Oh, Stewart. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had one.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Yeah, they were kind of warm. So like an 8-voice.
So no fan.
Poly 6 type thing.
No fan.
Crickets. Well, it was warm, no fans. Crickets.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I remember it used to drift out of tune like a mofo.
Oh yeah.
It was terrible. You had to keep on tuning the bugger.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, but there again, memory modes were like that as well.
Yeah.
And they cost a lot more.
And the Polymogs as well, if I remember correctly. Never played one, but that's what I hear.
No, not go out of tune, but just break. Just break. Because they're technically a string synth. So instead of going out of tune, just, all the Bs would stop working.
Yeah, it was a divide down. It was a divide down thing, string synth, stroke organ.
Or you'd lose it on one VCO, not the other sort of thing. Massive.
But I love the sounds of them with the pedal board.
Yeah,
I saw one for sale the other day. I think at Guitar Amp and Keys. That pedal board for £1,200.
Really?
For the Polymoog, yeah.
Because I found one in the attic a couple of days ago. Because I went up there to go and get what was it? Something for in ear, and I was sort of like crawling across the floor because you can't stand up in it, and I kneeled on something. It fucking hurt, and I looked down. It was a Polymoog pedal board.
They made the Polymoog. They made it an instrument.
Yeah.
Whereas and it was nice, but the pedal board, wow, yeah, that was the beastie.
It was that extra control. Basically.
Yeah, that was the beastie.
But there was only one area of the Polymoog where it was really nice sounding. The rest of it was pretty bollocks, really.
Yeah.
To be honest, it was pretty shat. But there again, if you've heard a Moog Sonic 5, Polymoog sounds like fucking a gem in comparison to it. It's a fucking old piece of shit.
The Polymoog, you could stick it in deep reverb and make it sound even better.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
It was fine, or put a delay on it or whatever.
I think I put up a track once on YouTube. It was nearly all Polymoog and CS80. And because it was Polymoog and CS80, it got a lot of listens, regardless of the fact the track was shit. But it had a Polymoog and an 80 playing together. So,
and that's your retirement income stream right there.
Oh God, do you know what? That's been going on for quite some time now. I should check. I might nearly have enough for a box of matches now.
You should.
Yeah, and I don't mind. I need a box of matches.
Huh?
So it all works out in the end.
Yeah.
12 points. Oh, come on. Really?
It made bubbles.
There's no way in hell we can edit that out. You know that.
That's delete that stream. Yeah.
Oh man, alive! Thank God this isn't being broadcast in smell-o-vision, isn't it? Jesus.
Oh man, even burns his eyes.
Yeah.
Must have guessed. That's what that was. Jesus. Mr. Evans, how dare you?
That was classed as an illegal weapon at Nuremberg, you know that?
Jesus.
It's
I'd
fat
apologise.
Jesus for you.
I'd apologise, but I love doing that, so it just makes me laugh. So,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh dear.
Yeah, there we go.
Especially in
I
a
think I
restaurant.
Oh, yeah, in a lift.
What was really funny is when my nan used to do it, she'd be going up the stairs and go brr, brr, with each step. Brr, brr,
My wife does
brr,
it.
brr. Yeah. But you go, you're doing that deliberately, aren't you? And you'd see her shoulders going up and down. Because I'm behind her going up the stairs. Oh, bless her.
Bless her cotton socks.
Mind you, when Fiona does it, it scares the dogs. But on a positive note, we don't have to hoover the front room in the morning. So it's win-win, really.
Ah, Jesus, man.
Yeah. Well, it's quicker than dusting, you know.
Why do you get a dusty ass?
It's just... She just backs up to the sideboard, lets one rip, dusting done. Mind you, got to take all the glassware off first because it gets easily broken.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, nickname leaf blower. That'd clear a go. It really would.
Oh, God. Jesus, but it's warm here.
Bring a bit of bollocks. You've got to have more bollocks to it than that. Come on. Yeah, that's better.
You're all Dave. Hello, Dave. You're all
Hey,
dear
Dave.
Dave.
Mate, you alright?
What?
Instead-
Oh, there we go.
God,
Oh,
he's got wind.
yeah, I've got wind.
Here, Dave. This is for you, mate. This is for you. Check it out. Check it out.
Oh, you got one of those.
You after one of these?
I know.
Take that one.
Yeah.
You after one of these?
I'm getting one of them.
Huh?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah? Do you want it? Give me your address and I will post it to you.
I already ordered one.
Oh, you dick.
No.
I got this out of the attic for you.
What is it?
Oh man,
It's,
it's too
what is it? It's a Keith McMillan.
be like
Q
Oh, it's
Nexus.
that Q Nexus.
Oh, Keith
Yeah.
McMillan. Okay.
Because I saw someone in the chat you were talking about getting one. I go, I'm sure, yeah, I got one up in the attic.
Oh,
I'll go and
wait.
get it for him. I was going to post it to you.
No, that would have been nice. I ordered one. It's a new one. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but
Stick it in the box with the APC.
it's tiny. At least it won't take up much space.
Yeah, oh no, she's downstairs. I was going to sort of like shout at her, have you posted that ABC?
Oh yeah. I figured they don't seem to get glowing reviews, so we'll see.
Mm.
But I just wanted to have something with Poly Aftertouch, just
Mm.
because I've got the even Matrix software, so I just at least want to see.
Yeah, I was getting round to actually using one.
Yeah, and then you got some
And-
real.
Never really got round to it, and then when I did get it set up, the Hydra turned up. It was like, well, I don't really need to bother about that now. So
I was definitely
s-
looking for something cheap. Go ahead. Sorry.
I saw an Ensonic TS10 the
Yeah.
other day for 700 quid, and I missed out on it. The TS10, I believe, is the one that's got poly aftertouch.
Yeah.
12.
it's the 12 that
12
hasn't. No, because it's
Yeah.
weighted. It's
Yeah.
the weighted keyboard. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the
the 10
10,
has it.
700 quid.
Is that on
700
Facebook?
quid.
Is that the one on Facebook?
It might have been, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, failing that, you could always get an EPS.
An EPS.
Yeah.
In Sonic.
The Ensoniq sampler.
Yeah. No, I know the one you mean. I didn't
Or
realise they
a
had.
VFX.
I didn't realise the EPS was poly aftertouch.
Mm.
They're clever buggers.
Also to the point where they almost didn't mention it in the manual.
Nobody cared.
You really had to look hard before you go, oh, by the way, it also does polyphonic aftertouch. Thought I mentioned that. Because nearly all the library didn't actually support the poly aftertouch. You had to put that in yourself.
It's EPS. Is the
Yeah.
one?
EPS and VFX are both.
VFX too.
Yeah.
Wow, the EPSs are cheap.
Yeah.
If I drive to Indianapolis, I'm doing for $400. Let's see what this one is. This one will ship for $450. Not that I need it, because now I've got this little amazing doohickey coming. Red, beautiful colors. So, is everybody sad about Moog? Indifferent? Did I miss the whole chat? I did.
Yeah, but it's been mostly toilet humour all night, so you haven't really missed much at all.
It's really not. I kind of feel like they had their run. I don't really care. I guess.
I was
You
wondering
mean-
why they were selling. I thought they were doing all right.
I think, it sounds like it might just be to develop the products they need to. They need some additional help, and also for distribution and everything else. But, it's such a small, tight-knit team, one has to wonder, what's going to happen next.
I'm hoping they made some money.
It would be good, and it is a resurgence. Maybe they get a chance to do something, some new things that will be significant. One can all but hope.
I really want to see them do it, that Animoog. I want to see them do the Animoog, but do it like in a Mini Freak box. Take all that digital, but give it all the connectivity and performance. I think they'd have a hit, but maybe or at least they could have that little pad. I think they could pull it off, but that may be way out of what they could have done, without somebody taking a risk. We'll see. I certainly don't need any more analog monos from them. I got like 3 of them, 4.
It's a shame ASM didn't buy them.
Yeah, somebody with some real.
Have a Moog one with poly aftertouch.
Well,
Now that would be a thing, wouldn't it?
They might if it's already anything they can make money on, they'll do. So that sounds stupid, but there's been a lot of research. You know what I'm saying? The tech that they're buying, whatever, is already established, I guess. So.
Well, PAT seems to be the thing to do lately now. We've all waited like 30 odd years for them to take their finger out of their arse and do it. And now everybody wants to try and do it, so
Yeah, I know.
it would make sense that it'd probably have something along those lines, which would be nice. Because is there any Moog product ever that's had poly aftertouch?
I thought the Polymoog did.
No, it's Velocity.
I thought it had aftertouch as well.
No.
Am I?
No. It had polyphonic Velocity, which was quite rare because it was across all 76 keys.
Yeah, I thought it had after.
They definitely have. They've got some potential with Eurorack. They got some potential with those Vogers. They've got some like with putting them in hardware again, but not with those software emulations.
Yeah.
Somebody's just got to kind of conceive of something. I think they can pull it off, but
Well, in music also own. I think it's Elasis, isn't it? Elasis and
they own a lot.
And
Akai,
Akai.
Yeah. Mark, Denon DJ, Marantz,
Air, right? They own Air.
M Audio.
M Audio. That's right.
Although
Hey.
they do a lot of cross-pollination. So you'll find Air plugins on the MPCs, and you'll find
Yeah.
M Audio stuff here or there. I mean, and the M Audio stuff
Which-
isn't like the M Audio stuff of old, just like
Which-
the
Yeah, but you could end up with another one of those conglomerates like General Music, and then it all goes tits up.
But that may be good for Moog because their products. I mean, they took that analog thing pretty damn far, and I know they had a poly maybe in their back pocket next, another 6 or 8 voice, something that wasn't. But they were really getting saturated. I think they
Oh,
need.
The only good thing about InMusic for Moog is channel
Buying.
distribution network. It's all of
Yeah.
that stuff. That's
and all parts, buying power.
potentially
It could be,
buying power.
and even stupid things like insurance. There's a lot of places to save significant money. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
What it will probably also mean is that you'll start seeing Moog endorsed plugins on your MPCs or
right. That's my point. Yes,
and
clusterflux.
if they are properly Moog endorsed, as in the engineers at Moog have said yes, that's suitable for the name. If not, it'll just be some marketing guy saying that's that Model D plugin that we've got for the MPC. Well, let's now put Moog in front of it, just because we can.
Oh no, I know they could destroy. They could cheapen it.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to sell my Moog. The grandmother. I've got the Sub 37. I've had so many folders. It's disgusting, but I sold most of them right on. Just because I've been a fanboy, But now that they're sold, to me it's kind of over. It's just maybe they'll come out with a cool product,
Yeah.
The special part is over for me.
I wonder if Michelle sees it as Moog sort of like disappearing again for the second time.
I think it's gone.
The tone of her message was like, "I wish them well," but secretly, it was like,
she doesn't.
I've seen this happen before.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, is there the question?
She watched her dad struggle to build up Moog again, and try and get back those licenses again and work their way up, and then eventually, it turns up, and you got what was their big hit for that? It was the Voyager, wasn't it?
Well, I think the legacy now is more important than ever, right? Because now this is kind of like a serious demarcation line where everything that was done is, you know what I mean? Like it's not smooth anymore. This is whether you like it or not, and there may be a few people left over from, if any, when he was there. I mean, how many are there? Maybe a few of the engineers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully it's not history repeating itself, but it does feel like when Norlin took over the first time round, and they managed to screw it all together and put it into the ground, And if you've got a company that's really big, it makes it financially secure, but not necessarily makes the product name secure.
The price you pay for that security is having danced to the tune of your masters.
Yeah.
And that's not what Moog is about. One would like to think, well, they'll be clever enough to let them get on and do it and fund them to get the discounts and reduce prices and faster turnaround times on products.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be able to help themselves dipping into the pot, are they, and putting it out with all their other products.
Well, it's like with Elka were doing all right, and then General Music buy them up, and then the next thing you know, the factory's shut down, and it's still shut down, still closed, and the banks still own it.
They're going to monetize it. Let's just be honest, right? They're going to take whatever makes money. It's not going to be anything emotional about it or sentimental, and that's just the reality of what.
At least Gibson didn't buy them.
Well,
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
When I was, and I'm trying to be careful not to mention names.
Yeah, I understand.
But when I was speaking to somebody about this thing that's happened today, a month or so ago, there was an air of positivity around it. However, at that time, there were a number of, as I said before, there've been other suitors.
Yeah.
There have been other people that have had discussions, and some of them would have been amazing,
Oh,
and some would not have been amazing in quite the opposite way. You know, it would have been awful. I think maybe this is a middle ground. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it could have
we can
been much
speculate.
worse, couldn't it, Rob? Let's face it. I mean,
Well, yes, absolutely.
it could have been the you know, where they do the tech raping and they just take the lumps that they want
Yeah.
from it and just throw the rest
Sell
of it
off,
away.
yeah, take the IP and sell it off, and
Yeah.
everyone gets screwed over. It is at least what's worse, Moog Music going out of business completely, or Moog Music seeking the assistance of an umbrella company.
Yeah.
I think we'd all go for the second option.
And I
sort of.
suppose the other side of that is that, as you said, a lot of the people that grew up doing it with Bob, that they're all coming up for retirement anyway, or have retired, so that generation's gone. You need to bring new blood through and see whether or not it still stands up and does its thing, and whether or not there's still the passion there.
Well, that was
So-
technically what this Moog Inc. was
Yeah,
already.
They actually, I thought they did a pretty good job. You know,
Yeah, they have.
and products. I mean, they really haven't had many stinkers. Now, people have been disappointed about the price, and that I get that, but
yeah, but it's a
But I
premium. It's a
think-
premium.
Yeah,
Product.
but there was
but they're actual
there was a
products.
product point they had to reach
Yeah.
that was that precedent had already been set. So
Yeah.
if a very cheap Moog came out, people would go, really? So what's
Yeah.
missing? What hasn't it got? You know?
You can't devalue your
Is it
brand.
made by Behringer? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
exactly.
think
Yeah.
the fact that they sold tells you that something it wasn't all, glowing for them, even at those premium prices.
But the thing is, Moog is not a Yamaha. Moog is not a Roland. They are a small
Yeah.
business.
Very small. Yeah.
Really small. 49%
They're
employee owned.
Yeah.
And engineering driven.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
about the size of my company, and that's tiny. Let me tell you, everybody knows
So
it.
yeah, some people have this conception that Moog being the brand that it is, that there must be a big. They're not. They're piss small.
And they can lose money quick, and that's
Very,
what people
yeah.
don't understand. Not a lot of some people do, but things can go ugly quick.
Yeah.
And the money starts really, the savings, everything goes downhill, and
in the financial economic situation everywhere's in at the moment, that kind of premium product is going to be suffering. They're going to be suffering. So
Yeah.
people are not buying like they were. They're just not.
Yeah.
COVID was a boom, but yeah, I don't know if they've even put out a new product since. It's been quite a while. They had such brilliant products they put out. They were just, the subsequent still a great product for what it is, But Matriarch, Grandmother was a good solid one. The Subharmonicon was brilliant, DFAM was cool.
I was watching Alex Ball's video on that. Is it Model 10?
yes, that was a good thing.
What a cracking piece of equipment that is.
But to your point, Rob, I think it's hard to say, but if it's going to get messed up or diluted, there is some. Forgetting about the employees, because to me that's really important. I probably would like to see it end, because it's just been such a great run, for them. I really don't want to see a shitty version of that company. Because to me, they're very special, and I know a lot of people don't feel that way about them, but for me, they inspired me for a long time. Just amazing stuff.
Thing is, because it's 59% employee owned,
Is it?
that means
49.
Is it 49?
49.
Ah, damn.
They never had a controlling stake.
Okay, so the other guy, the president had the 51, so he could do what he wanted regardless. But
Well, I don't know because the management, the top level management changed recently, or in recent months.
But did the shares change? Is the question.
Yeah, who know? Yeah,
They probably did. My guess is
I don't know.
that 49% did really well on this move, and that played a part in what they.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they probably. My guess is there probably was a share value assessed with that 49%, and that had to be. You know what I mean? When
but
they
did,
sold,
did the 49% sell?
if they may not have, but if they
Yeah.
did, as much, I think. I don't. I think they will probably walked away with at least.
They might have been
Given what
given
happens
option.
to most people, they probably walked away with some substantial money. But that's speculative without seeing the terms. Um, Generally, these are, maybe they just looked at it and said, you know what? I mean, companies don't always last. They might have, they might have all just said, you know what, this is the right thing to do for us.
But then again, they might have all 49% might have retained their stake, and you only
They
need
could have got
51% to have
in
control.
music.
And who knows?
I'm sure that thing was closed up. Whatever deal was done was
I know
destroyed.
that there were
You know what I mean? It's settled.
a number of what should we say, demands, or
Where you laughing?
what's the
I don't think that was a real one.
Oh, okay. It sounded like a real one. So.
Yeah.
conditions is the word I'm looking for.
Something snickering.
There were a
Yep.
number of conditions attached to this,
Probably some NDAs and probably
all of which involved the retaining the integrity of the business in terms of
protection.
what was so what was being done, where it was being done, how it was being done, and that certain things wouldn't change
For a certain term. Yeah.
well yeah
I know that was the actual business person. That's the,
Yeah. I mean, how much of that is corporate bullshit?
5 years. Yeah. No. I think it was real.
No, absolutely no. I know the conditions were real, but we don't know. They don't tell us for how long. They don't tell us what the other counter conditions were. There might have been other, So they might have said, yes, we'll guarantee all this, but we want 60%, or so we, whatever. There'll have been something. But all I know is that the people I've spoken to at Moog today seem positive.
That means they probably got paid.
Good.
Well, no, when I say
I
positive,
know,
they
I'm
seem
just-
positive about the future.
Yeah.
So,
No,
but then to counter that, I've been aware of Jack O'Donnell as a businessman for the last 20 odd years, and he will fuck you over as soon as look at you. If it means that he makes money,
they're hard to
it's as simple as that.
Well, it's a good guy to go on a date with. But different story.
Well, yeah.
I think it's interesting that there's Moog's always had a very loyal customer base to some degree, and then there's always been some people, maybe it's just me hanging out in gear space, who just hate him. You know what I mean? And I don't really just want to find a reason to hate him, and I just go, God, there's just so many better places to hate. Why are you? I mean, at the end of the day, if you take any company, even the ones that really want to do the right thing, and you kind of come at them from a business perspective and start going, well, they did this, they did this. It's really hard to defend yourself, right? Because there's a tough side of it, right? Even the stuff with the union stuff, which I wanted to be sympathetic for, but as someone who's bought a company, I mean, I would be like, well, God, couldn't we have agreed on this up front? It's the last thing I need now is someone coming in the back door and starting a union. Like, I'm not against it. I think it's a beautiful thing. I just wish it was on the front end so you could plan for it. Because when it comes at you, your natural instinct is like, well, I got enough crap. Like, what is this? What are you doing? What does it mean? What's the plan? And usually it's we're unionizing. And it's like, no, I got that. Like, who's what happens? What does it cost? What do I do? What do you do? You know what I mean? But then everyone just started to destroy them, like these awful people at Moog. And I was like, they just gave 49% of the company away. That's pretty amazing.
Mm.
I mean, look around. It's not normal. It's not normal, you know? But typically, it's very typical not to give more than 50 because you don't trust them. You trust yourself, right? 49 was pretty benevolent. Maybe that's not the best word to use, but that was like, I'll give you all the way up as much, but I'm gonna. I don't know. That's just some bullshit Dave talk.
Well, it's to protect the company as well, because if you have 50% of the employees, or 50% is given to the employees, and then someone goes in and they go, oh yeah, I'm going to give you, twice the share value. The employees vote yes, it's your company, and you go, fuck, I've lost everything. So that's why they do 49%.
Well, it's hard to give up control too. It's not big,
I wouldn't.
Well,
I mean, it's different in the UK with shareholding law. So 50% or 51% gives you control, but not of things like what you can't do everything. You can't snatch back shares and things. You need to own. I think it's 80%, 79% or 80% to have full control of the company.
well,
50% just means you can, you can't change things like who does what with the shares. You can't arbitrarily do that with 51.
since this was a private company, they pretty much could have wrote anything in that agreement, and we wouldn't know because this wasn't publicly traded. To your point, Andrew. So this was all whatever was in that contract, that deal, is what they agreed upon, and it could have been anything, right? We can't sell if 49%. You know what I mean? But the the likelihood is that 51 was put there for a reason, which is at the end of the day, I can overrule any decision.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, I wish them well with it. I do. I hope it's I hope our worst fears aren't realised and their best dreams are as well realised.
Yes.
One can. That's all one can hope for from this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be good? Wouldn't it be good to see them drop another poly?
Yeah.
One that worked.
Well, I'd love to see.
Yeah, better than the Mog 1. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing a few of the employees come out and go out on their own and do something cool. You know what I mean? But if they can, they may not be able to with this deal, but for a while. So yeah, anything could happen, right? I mean, there's a small group making the delay pedal. I forget the name of the company in Nashville that left and they started making their own analog clone. It doesn't look anything like a Moog, but I bet it sounds amazing. It was the ones that designed the original one, or helped design it. So sometimes
Who's that?
I can't think of the name. There's definitely a company in Asheville, a couple of the old employees that have their own pedal company, and they've had it for quite a while. And usually, it's very boutique, and when they put something up, it sells really fast. It's not cheap. I feel like it starts with an A. So I don't know. I would love to see, in my perfect world, I'd love to see a few of those employees get a big chunk of cash, go out on their own, and do something super cool that Bob would have done, not in music. But that's probably being super idealistic, I don't know what else I want from them. Yeah, like I said, the Animo.
I want that. I want their PA back. I loved using their PA back in the 70s, 80s. I found an old in one of the first places I was working in the music industry. They had a higher rental thing as well with it. That's how they started out, and rehearsal rooms. and they had somewhere on rental a Moog PA which never went out. It was only bought for one artist that used it for about a year, so it paid for itself. And I was just dicking around, and I've got the Oscar, and I got a Jupiter 8, and I got a whole bunch of other stuff, and 2600, and I was plugging it into the normal PA they have in rehearsal rooms, whatever that was, and it was all right. And then someone said, "Do you want to use this Moog rig, this Moog speaker system for the keyboards? It's built for keyboards." I went, "Yeah, all right, why not?" Flipping heck, it rocked the building, and it just had the best bottom end and sizzling top end of anything I'd ever used. That would be a good thing to come back.
Yeah, I mean, on some level, I don't want them to go cheap. To your point, I want what they do best, And if I can only afford one monitor at a time, that's great. Whatever. I hope they keep the Moog One going. I hope they decide to
Fix it first.
Oh,
yeah, work on.
just seen an article from Peter Kern at CDM. So where is it?
Yeah, Rob.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hey. The acquisition means Moog is no longer employee owned. Those owners are now bought out.
Okay.
According to a statement forwarded to CDM, the statement reads, "Moog Music will remain in Asheville, and our team will continue to design and build our instruments here inside the Moog factory. As part of the transition, Moog Music is no longer employee-owned. All past and present employees who have participated in the Moog Music Employee Stock Ownership Program since it was implemented in 2015 will receive a payout."
So
Yeah,
it's a hostile buy.
No, not necessarily.
It's not hostile. It's not. It's a private deal. It's not.
Yeah.
It's very different.
I wouldn't.
Than a company.
Okay.
I'd have been surprised if it had been anything else, to be honest.
Yeah.
Steve Dunnington remains as lead of product and development. Peter, in Peter's words, "I'm unaware of what became of efforts by Moog to Moog employees to unionise. A social media account for union organisers has been dormant since September, but it seems that unionisation never came to be."
I'm sure they told them what was going to happen. So it's a bummer because I love that model, and I think I don't know. It would have been really nice to see that. But well, let's hope they got a big checks, man. They probably did all right, and probably checks they've never seen in their life. That's what I'm hoping. Right?
Somebody's commented on this thing. "Get ready for a lineup of Moog MIDI controller keyboards with classic Moog drum pads and a fat analog sustain pedal input."
There's some assholes out there. They're gonna.
So we put the piece up on Gear News, and somebody commented, "Our putty cat." Somebody commented, and I'm not going to dig it up, but my God, they basically said that everything Moog has made in the last 10 years has been for the woke generation.
It's so stupid.
They seem to be offended by the fact that they were giving their synthesizers names of matriarchal.
Just stop. God.
It was this bonkers, no paragraph, no spaces. It was just like. Obviously, we canned it, but I mean, just absolutely
putty cat competition.
Insane.
Oh, bring it on.
That's Madge.
Yeah, Madge.
And Cleo says, bitch. Yeah.
No, that was my point, Rob. There's just some people out there that just have a huge chip on their shoulder. When they even attempted to do anything sort of liberal or progressive, they just would find something they did that they felt was proof that they were hypocrites, and it's just like, look, dude, it's just like nobody gives a shit. Please.
How could you have a problem with a company and the product range such as Mood? How? Well, I
Envy,
mean,
right? Envy?
there is. It's
Yeah.
just nuts.
Ignorance.
It's nuts. It's ridiculous.
It is
You
nuts.
know, it's just totally. You know,
Most
It's not like a-
criticised Trump. Did they? I didn't know about that.
Huh? What?
So
Yeah.
Steve was saying about that Mo criticised Trump and they went mad over it.
Oh,
Well,
we got.
what
Well-
in the world were they thinking?
I
Well,
knew there was something about them I liked.
yeah.
They made some awesome stuff. Like, I still like a lot of stuff. I don't know what else do I need from the. I guess the.
So, sorry guys. Dinner time.
Yeah, I know.
Ah,
It's almost 8. So.
don't have a barbecue. New York can't cope.
How's the smoke? Is the smoke getting better?
It's clear now. It's
It
clear.
is clear. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I've never seen it like that so early in the year. It was
really
horrible.
bad.
Mhm.
It was really bad. I'm pretty pissed off at you, but
Yeah,
it's,
don't fart.
yeah. We can't take anything else. It's just already
It's
particular.
gonna go around the world.
Yeah, I mean, we're already. Yeah. Just gotta-
Okay, guys.
Right.
Lovely seeing you.
See
Have a
you
good
Bye,
night.
mate.
See ya.
Take care, buddy.
Cheers.
Bye.
See you, mate.
Take care. God bless. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, I see. They criticised the Trump trade China policy that risked increasing their manufacturing costs. We had
Well,
something
they-
similar here. It was called
They
Brexit.
had a couple lawsuits. They had a lot of weird stuff. I don't know. I just like their stuff. I like
They
the
make
shit.
great stuff. They make great stuff. As did ARP and as do lots of other people.
Man.
You
Really
know.
cool stuff.
Really? You criticising these people? You know.
I
Yeah.
think where a lot of things go wrong, a company can be expected to produce the greatness that they produced to start with, but of course it was a different age and there wasn't 70,000 companies all competing to do the same thing at the same time. There was
Yeah.
4.
I thought they really got short. I thought people didn't give them enough credit for their software. I mean, their emulations are so good. I mean, Animogue was amazing 10 years ago, or 12 years, whenever it came out. But they've consistently just they've just always really. I know a few people were upset, and I think they did have some problems with the Sub 37 in particular when it came out. Maybe the Grandmother too, of pushing it. There was some.
Yeah, well,
Quality.
Voyager wasn't a walk in the park at launch.
Yeah, but I don't know. Nothing that bad. I mean, mine had a little headphone jack was a little wonky, and I think that's why they came out with the subsequent. I think they realized, So, but they fixed things, and I've had problems with other things, so I don't. I've had enough Moog since if I named them. I've had 3 Mother 32s, no problem. Subharmonicum, 2 Grandmothers, Sub 37. 2 Slidden Patterns. I can't even name how many motivators. 12.
You don't have a problem, do you?
I had so many of them. I used to collect them, and I used to joke with my wife, "I'm going to retire on these damn things, honey. You see." But then I realized I needed like 1,000 of them or something.
Well, it's like you didn't hear a lot of people complaining about the price of their, relaunched Mini when it came out.
They
When you
wanted
consider it was what
try.
was it about 5K or something, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Now, if it wasn't for the fact that the originals were wandering around fetching 7, 8, 10, otherwise people would be having fucking kittens over the fact that come out at 5K. I've heard people complaining about the price of that third wave. You know what I mean?
Really?
Really that much? And the OBX8. It's like, God, that much? And they go, yeah, well, hang on a minute. Have you seen how much an OBX goes for?
I mean, I think there's a difference of complaining because you can't afford it, which is
Which is what
understandable.
most people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And complaining because it's not fairly priced. But I don't
Anybody
see
that complains about the price of these things never ever comes up with an argument that says, "Hey, you know, they're
I
charging
could do it.
£5 for this. I could do that for
Yeah.
2,000, and here's my
Yeah.
working out." Nobody does that because they just don't. They hate on it because it's something they can't afford, and
Yeah.
that's just ridiculous.
It
And they
is.
feel entitled.
It's
They feel
entitlement.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
Yeah.
I should be able to afford everything that everybody ever does.
Yeah.
No,
But then
Yeah,
then
it should
there's-
fall within my purse range, not
exactly. Yeah.
not how the world works, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. And then there's like some, and then they start to talk about Behringer. If Behringer could just buy up everybody, just these weird like, we could solve all of this. This is it's just like, look, man,
Go and buy a Behringer then. Go and
how
buy
many
one.
companies
Yeah.
do people have to retire, go out of business before you connect the dots? That
Yeah.
it's not as easy.
Yeah, but with,
Yeah.
with some of these things, though, you got to admit. I mean, yes, Behringer are making stuff that's very, very cheap, and in some cases, it's like perfectly fine gear. Some of it isn't so great, especially when we're talking about
Yes.
build quality, right? When we come
Yeah.
to build quality, and you go, well, you can go out and you can spend like 75 quid on a nice steak dinner. Or you can have this shit. This guy ate that steak dinner a while back, but we got this shit, and you can have it for 20 quid, right? It's kind of the same thing. It's just a little bit further down the road. You know what I mean? It's not built as well. It's not going to be not taste as nice, which is what Behringer stuff is.
It's just
The cheapest common denominator in every category is what you get.
Someone was bitching to me about the Polybrute being 2,000 something, 2007,
God, it's like
2005.
dirt cheap.
And it's kind
That's a
of,
fucking.
do you not understand that it is all analog? It's an analog
Yeah.
synth. You don't build a poly analog synth that good for less. You don't.
Yeah.
You just don't. And you just have to. You sort of look at them. And go, yeah, I'd love to get one. If someone offered me one for £1,000 or 1,500 quid, I'd buy it tomorrow.
Yeah,
But they're not. But they're not going to. So I just have to save my pennies up, or do whatever. For each of these things, you have to make.
Well, I've heard people
careful
complain
buying
about the
choices.
price of the Hydrosynth Deluxe. I mean, that's 1,700 quid. Are you fucking insane?
Yeah, really, you stupid people.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like, what? It's £1,700. What else can you get for that? You know what I mean?
And poly.
And poly aftertouch and all the rest of it. And CV outs. And what the fuck do you want?
I know, we get so much, and I don't like to slam Behringer. My point is just that if I'm going to use hardware, I want to use hardware that inspires me, that feels good, that has, and usually their stuff just kind of like, it's okay. It just kind of feels like, you guys will use software with a really nice controller, but I don't know, but it's, the other funny thing about the Moog stuff is it holds its value really well, which is kind of the, because it is a little nicer presented. Whether it's better made, I don't know.
I see that Dr. Manny Fernandez, has bought a C15. And
Yes,
he's,
indeed.
I think we all
Yeah.
saw that.
yeah, now I like the look of that. I'm not,
Oh, ask Ty about it.
really.
I don't like
Oh,
the
yeah. He loves it.
Any synth where the developer has to interview you as a purchaser to see. I think that concept
I wanna
bonkers,
do that.
but it's brilliant.
I want to do that. I want to
Thank
go
you.
to the interview.
You have
That's
an hour-long video call with what's his face, the guy that developed it,
Yeah.
Oh my god!
to make sure that it's the right instrument for you and that you're the right person for the instrument.
Oh my god!
But
That-
We
because
passed
what it
that
does-
interview,
what it
though.
If
does
you
is
want
it
to know
weeds
how
out-
good a synth is, right? You when Ty says, "Oh yeah, the C, I've got a C15," and you want to know how good it is, you go, "Where have you put it?" And if it's near the chair where he works, it's fucking good. If it's all right, it's on that shelf over on the wall. If it's okay, I suppose it's in the next room. And if it's shit, it's in a cardboard box up in the little bedroom. And that's, and, you know, and he says that C15. He says, yeah, it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
But he's nuts. But this is sometimes, like, I mean, I know, like, I love taking the piss out of teenage engineering, but their pricing, right, needs to have the piss taken out of it. But I can understand why they do it. They go, look, we're up here. Fuck you lot. You can say you can't afford it. Good. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Now what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
And just avoid all of this bullshit.
You're not getting in the van. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
although, you know, the price of that table is like, fuck me, really? It's a wallpapering table for fucking £1,500. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's like buying a Ferrari or an Aston or whatever. You know, if you're buying it from the factory, you do. You know, if you're buying one of the special models, you know, when they bring out a special thing, A, it's stupid expensive, but B, you don't get to just buy it. They have to approve you as a buyer. And with some of their track cars, you don't even get to keep it. You have to. They look after it and put it on the track for you.
Yeah.
You know, 2.5 million, and you don't get to use the car except on a track, and they have to come along with you. They'll deliver it for that day and then take it away again.
I feel like Behringer should do this. I would love to be interviewed. I'd be like,
I mean, I'd be really enthusiastic if Behringer brought out something that was actually had a brilliant build quality and was actually sort of like reasonably priced. And when I say reasonably priced, I mean in conjunction with what other companies are doing.
Well, didn't they release a statement, but they put something out on their social media saying that their phase of doing what they've been doing is coming to an end, and now they're going to be making, you know, effectively saying, I'm paraphrasing here, they're going to be making original. Let me go find that statement, because it was.
That'd be cool. I mean, no,
it kind of.
Because one of my mates on Facebook was selling his, the little Moog thing.
Yeah.
What's the little Moog thing called?
The Model
D. And he put it up, and I think he had it up for about 220 quid. And I put underneath, because he knows what I'm like anyway. I just put underneath and went, poor, I bet that fucking hurt. Because it's like, that's all you're going to get for it. If you buy cheap, you can only sell cheap, can't you?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. I don't know. I mean, they have some alright stuff. I only have so much room, and they just don't. They don't get me too excited. You know, if I'm gonna have 3 or 4 or 5 suits, it's probably not gonna be a Behringer. There's too many other cool things out. And to Andrew's point, I'd rather save my money and get a Arturia or PB. You know, the Gruesome.
Yeah, here you go. So this is what they put out 10 days ago. From the beginning, we stated that we'll first focus on replicating the beautiful synths from the past. As this is coming to a close, we are now starting a new chapter of focusing on new instruments and user interfaces.
Okay.
We're not making any more money. This part is played out. We're not making any more money.
Well, there is only there is a finite amount.
Well, there is, definitely. All joking.
You know, because in the end, they'll end up cloning their clones. You know, it just gets to a point where
it's probably
you either
point.
Carry on cloning and you end up cloning things that people don't want, or you actually start doing what they seem to have been capable of doing every now and again, of coming up with something, you know, original.
I have a feeling that the other problem they've run into is that they simply can't get the parts at the prices they were before the pandemic. So I would imagine they're probably selling some of their synths, if they bother to build them at all, either at a loss or with so little profit it's not worth doing. And because they've created an expectation around price, there's not a lot they can do about that with these older models, with these knockoffs. So they kind of got to go to their own models to be able to raise the price point and do whatever they want to. And maybe, as Kent said, maybe we'll actually get something coming out from them that's a good build quality as well.
But they
Change the
should-
brand name, right? Change the brand name. Call it TC Electronics. Call it.
Yeah.
Do something,
The
right?
Well, I
thing
mean,
is, they
I've
they
taken a Model D
choose-
apart before now, right, that a guy brought down here, and the pots that they're using, when you look up their part number, right, if their data sheets come with a maximum turn on the pot before you should replace it. Now, Alps pots don't have that, right? They're sort of like, yeah, they'll go on and on and on and on and on until the earth freezes. But these cheaper pots they use have a maximum turn. It's about 10,000 turns, and then they're fucked and throw them away. Right now, 10,000 turns sounds like an awful lot, but I tell you what, you make that a filter pot, no, that's about 18 months to 2 years of everyday use.
So 5 years for anyone else, and then they're done.
Pretty much, yeah. And they're all bollock useless, and everything's got to be replaced. And they're already worth very little because they were sold for very little. But if you want to buy a machine and fall in love with it and keep it, if it's a Behringer, you can't.
As far as we know.
As far, yeah. I mean, it's
Well, we've seen them coming in falling apart, mate. Honest to God.
Really?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So.
Good job I didn't buy that 2600 then.
Yeah, I think the 2600s have not so bad, but they do have bits falling off them.
they are
they
cool.
do.
They're super cool though. That's one of the few that I still look at and go, God, I like one of those gray beanies.
Yeah.
I like the LEDs on it.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
it's kind of what got me into making. We were talking about this the other day. It's kind of what got me into synthesis in the first place. Is not just the tactility, but it's knobs and buttons and lights. It's lights. All of that together. That's the Dan Dare bit of synthesis, right?
There's
Yeah, you have to ask for the pot mileage on them, Paul.
those 2500 modules are so cool.
Yeah,
I got rid of them just because I didn't need them, but they looked awesome.
Mm.
And you kind of would put them up, and you had that same. It was one of the few things they made where I went, wow, these look super cool.
Well, that was made. The 2500s were made by what's his name?
Yeah.
Robert Keeble. Was it Robert Keeble? Someone like that. He, who specialised in
2500.
he specialised in 2500 stuff, and amazing things, absolutely amazing. He was making them before the Behringer thing, and then the Behringer thing happened, and I think they've cheaped out on the parts, and there have been some reports that some of the modules are getting a bit already. They don't have the same build quality. The Behringer ones.
They were super. It was a cool idea. That was one of the few things they did that really was neat.
Well, it's like the Moog, the system, the modular Moog stuff that they did.
Mm.
The System 50, System 55, System 50, whatever they called it. But go and buy an entire Euro rack full of Moog-like stuff.
Mm.
And you have to wonder how long that's going to last, because if you buy, if you're really buying that kind of thing, you're going to be splongling it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Unless it's just for show.
Yeah. Well, if you're doing show, you get a real one. That's the ideal thing to do.
I mean, if you're only turning it on once every few weeks or month, I guess maybe it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, it's horses for courses, I suppose.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a different pocket anyway, and I always enjoy a piece of equipment that I've had to save up and struggle and push for.
There's still a lot to be said for that.
I must admit that lately where I've been incredibly lucky, and I've been able to go, oh yeah, no, hydrosensitive lights, oh 700 quid, and I'll buy it. I won't even look to see how much is in the bank. I'll just buy it, and I go, yeah, great, but there was no pain involved. So, and it's it would sit there in the box. Oh, I'll take that up tomorrow. I'll take it up and put it up in the studio tomorrow. because there's no build up to it.
No, we were talking about the good old days where you put your check in and you'd order something through the mail.
Yeah.
It would
yeah.
just like go out somewhere, and then one day the UPS truck would just come rolling up. Right?
Yep.
And it could be months. But
Yeah.
man, what a build up!
Yeah.
What a build up!
It's all part of that experience, isn't it? So
unbelievable.
And this is what I do like about high quality gear that that has a price tag on it that does make you sweat slightly. But if you do go for it and you have to sacrifice things for it, or work longer hours to get it, but once you get that thing, boy, does it pay off.
Yeah.
And then you use the shit out of it because you went through all the pain to get the bastard.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
At least you
And
don't.
on that note, I'm going to go.
Oh,
I'm gonna go. I've got meetings. Christ, it's 1 o'clock. How did that
I
happen?
know, it just flies by, mate. You know it's
I
like...
probably should have dinner. Maybe it's a good time.
I should probably go to bed. Right. Good to see you, gents.
Indeed,
Right,
as always.
All right. See you later.
Yeah.
All right,
See you later, Dave.
Yep.
Good night.
See you later.
Good night, Mrs.
everybody
Farm.
take care. Look after
Bye,
yourselves.
Take care.
Take care. God bless. Bye.
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 Bye bye.